600 4000. ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. 76ers center Joel Embiid clears the NBA concussion protocol today, but he's listed as doubtful for tonight's Game 3 against the Heat. And ESPN's Kendrick Perkins believes it might be a good idea to shut Embiid down for the season.
He has dealt with enough throughout the course of this season, having to deal with Ben Simmons, having to carry the load of this Philadelphia 76ers team. And we already know that Big Philly, Joel Embiid, is injury prone. At this point, you have to protect your franchise guy.
Kendrick Perkins on First Take. Embiid missed the first 2 games of the series with a concussion and an orbital fracture. That Heat-Sixers game in Philadelphia tips off a playoff doubleheader tonight on ESPN at 7 Eastern. It'll be followed by the Suns and Mavericks in Dallas. The Heat and Suns both have 2-0 series leads. Penguins goaltender Casey DeSmith will miss the rest of the playoffs after core muscle surgery. DeSmith had to leave Game 1 in the second overtime against the Rangers. Pittsburgh goalie Tristan Jarry is also day-to-day with a lower body injury.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
James Harden is in purgatory. He hasn't pushed himself to be aggressive. He's not the piece. He's a piece of a championship team.
Get more from the guys Monday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios.
This is Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
Hey, happy Friday, Jacksonville, Florida, and beyond from all over the globe. Roll call. Where are you listening here on a Friday and checking us out on the YouTube, Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690, on Facebook and Twitter and Twitch. Or right in your car on ESPN 690 as you're heading home for the weekend. A beautiful day in Jacksonville, a hot weekend ahead. But hopefully you're having a heck of a day and going to celebrate Mom on Sunday. So good luck with that. Take care of Mom for sure. Brent Martineau, Casey Kurtz here on a Friday. Brian Middleton will join us a little bit later on. Scott Schroeder from the UNF golf team headed to the regionals. Do they have a chance to make some national noise? It's one of the best golf programs in the country right here at the University of North Florida. So we talked to Coach Schroeder in a bit. And we'll also check in with the Ponte Vedra Lacrosse team. Won last night, on their way to a state championship game tomorrow against St. Thomas Aquinas, the 2019 state champs, trying to do it again. So we'll visit with Ponte Vedra Lacrosse. It's a fantastic time for local sports. I say this a lot. If you like local sports, you do what we do, from here on the radio to CBS 47 and Fox 30. A few weeks ago, we had like Ronald Acuna in town, and the Shrimp and the Iceman were getting going in the playoffs. And it was draft time, all that stuff. Then last week we had the draft. Well, now we've got a bunch of championships, like championship season, from beach volleyball and Bishop Kenny's in the mix to Fleming Island and Middleburg flag football on the girls' side, and baseball and softball district championships heading into the state tournament now in a new way, too, with at-large bids. And lacrosse, boys and girls. The girls will take place today. Episcopal and Bartram Trail girls will play in the state Final Four. Unfortunately, Bowles lost in the state Final Four yesterday, but Ponte Vedra won. So I'm probably missing some things like track and field and tennis. There's just a little bit of everything going on right now. So it's a fun time, and we capture more of that on the TV side, to be honest, on CBS 47 and Fox 30. It's more visual. And on social media, where I've been tweeting a bunch of highlights and championships along the way. So we will continue to celebrate the kids and give a hat tip to what they're accomplishing in the spring seasons as we head into the summer. Meanwhile, here on the show, we talk football. Speaking of, I couldn't help but think, like, all the work the kids put in and all the kids in the area, and you're playing sports. And by the way, it's not just a sports thing, but the sports we live in, right? I mean, it might be dance, it might be singing, it might be schoolwork, it might be whatever it is. But you see that video floating around of Devin Lloyd?
Yes.
I mean, to me, that speaks volumes. Like, if you're a kid, go find that video of Devin Lloyd. All right? The guy just gets drafted last week, and he's already found a place in Jacksonville. Now, a lot of the guys, like Josh Allen and I think DeJuan Smoot and others, they go to this Rise and Grind gym and work with some folks out there. A little free nod to those guys. I don't know them. very well, but I know they've gone out to that place. And so anyway, this video is of Devin Lloyd working with them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy just got drafted like a couple of days ago. He'd be like, hey, man, life is good. Keep the shades on, right? See where I'm going to buy my house, buy the next car, get something from mom and dad, find a place to get settled. Go look at that video of Devin Lloyd. If you want to, like, this is what I never think athletes at the highest of levels get credit for. They work their ass off. I mean, here he is already getting acclimated to the heat. I mean, yesterday was like a 90-degree day if that video is from yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's just an insane workout video for a guy who just got drafted, which means he's already been in shape and staying in shape. And this wasn't his first workout in like a month, you know. But I always said about like LeBron and other players, name your favorite NBA player, right? Name your favorite Major League Baseball player. These guys have so much God-gifted talent. They are the 1% athlete. But they work in a 1% way as well. Like, we think we work hard at stuff. We think we're competitive. These guys have that to a different degree. And, I mean, a lot of the kids end up having it. Some people are born that way. Some people learn to enjoy the process that way. And I've seen Lloyd talk about that, actually. Lloyd talks about the process, like he embraces the process of it. It's not all about Sundays. He enjoys the workouts, right? The gym, the eating right, the everything else. But that's a fantastic video of that kid getting after it before he even hits the practice field here in Jacksonville. It was pretty impressive.
There's only one thing about the video that just doesn't sit right with me.
Was it the shorts?
We can't get the man some gym shorts? He's out there in khakis, for God's sakes. Get the man some Jag shorts.
I was thinking the same thing, but I was like, he was moving so fast, and I didn't, like, dissect the video, that I was kind of wondering, like, all right, is that just like a new look gym short? Or did he just go to, like, the yacht club and then go to a workout?
Yeah.
Because they looked like he'd be, like, went fishing.
True.
It took his shirt off and said, all right, let's go get a workout in.
Yeah, I was like, what are we doing here? Like, I watched the video 3 times and didn't even look at him at any point, just like trying to figure out if they were khakis, if they were like cargos, what would the situation was with the shorts. But we got to get that fixed. I have Jag shorts. Somebody can get this man Jag shorts. I know it. The video was impressed, like, from everything he said.
Isn't it crazy, like a 12-second clip, though, like that can be impressive? I just think it's a reminder. Like, we see these guys on the practice field. They're not working like that. If you see, I think it's, I don't know what edition of The Hunt on Jaguars.com it is. Maybe it's episode 1 or 2. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. But they actually go with Josh Allen to that gym. And I think DeJuan Smoot's in it. And you can see them. I mean, and what it does, like when supreme athletes are in the gym working out, like, to me, it just reminds me of, dang, these guys are just specimens.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, glistening with sweat and like enjoying it, you know, and then the other side of it is like, that was like the Josh Allen stuff was at like a 6 a.m. shoot for the Jaguars.com folks. Mm. So, I mean, they're up at it, man. They're beating you while you're sleeping. They're getting better than you. Like, that's kind of what it's all about. Like, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I love that about sports. I mean, I kind of love that about life. And I think if you want to do it now, it's easy to outwork people. I always say that. Like, if you want to do it. But it's hard to want to do it each and every day.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it shows he's not content with being the 27th pick in the draft or whatever. He's back at it already.
But see, and by the way, I think this is going to probably be a little over-dramatization of saying, hey, Devin Lloyd's the only guy that got drafted last week and is working out hard. Like,
sure.
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I do think it kind of shows, like, it just shows you what these guys do, what these guys go through, how they get there. Like, this is an everyday thing. It's not just when the cameras are on. It's not just when there's rookie minicamp. It's not just when there's this or that. And by the way, there are some players that get drafted that wouldn't be doing that yesterday.
Sure.
There are. I mean, because some of them don't need to because they're just gifted, and others don't want to because that's their makeup. And you don't know that as an NFL team until you get them in the locker room and realize, hey, they don't really want to be here all the time.
Right.
Right? Well, that shows me right away. Like, I'm kind of smiling if I'm I'm the defensive coaches, and I'm Doug Peterson. I'm Trent Baalke. Like, that's the guy we thought we got. We thought we got that guy looks like he just went fishing and then went right to a workout and didn't even change his shorts.
All he did was take his shirt off. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even change the shorts. That's how bad he wanted to work.
We already kind of have this, like, there's like this built-in love affair with Devin Lloyd.
True. Agree.
Like, why? Why do we like this kid so much?
He said Duval. Pretty well.
I didn't even think about it that way.
Yeah. I mean, no, from the minute you knew he was a Jag, I think he's done everything right. And he's a guy that obviously is extremely talented. The Jags love him to go get him. He loved that opportunity. He took the Duval and ran with it and everything he said in the press conference. Just a likable guy. So I feel like immediately it was like, oh, he's one of our own. He's one of us. And that's my take on it. He's one of us.
Yeah, like I asked this, what do we do? We asked this maybe on Monday. And I said, like, what jersey would you buy?
Yep.
Right? And a lot of people said Lloyd. And, I mean, not Travon Walker. But they said Lloyd. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, I can see why. And by the way, I raved about him all weekend too. Like, you can tell he's a special kid. Like, the way I say it is, you can feel him. Like, there are some people you can feel. You can feel their energy, right? You can feel their infectious smile or personality. But then you can just feel like this presence, like of leadership, like maturity, professionalism that, again, at 22 years old, 23 years old, that's not like a natural thing that young. So I think that's why we like him too. I think you're right about the Duval. I think he had swag that night, jumping back in. I still think the representation of the Jags being aggressive and going to get somebody, like they would have picked Casey Kurtz, but they would have liked you, Casey, even though they have no idea if you can play football, just because they got aggressive and went back in. And
Right.
they like the idea of the move, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, there's a lot of value in this kid. Like, if you read up on him, you could make the case he's maybe the best linebacker in the draft. That's another reason. Some people think it was a steal in the first round. That's another reason. The Duval, the swag, the presence of him. And by the way, I do think by now, at least a lot of diehard folks that follow the Jags and follow the draft, and I've tried to turn other people onto that story at Utah where he lost 2 teammates. And he wasn't the only one. The whole team did. And the circumstances were unbelievable. And at the same time, he went back to go win a Pac-12 championship. And he wanted to do it, and he said he was going to do it, and he got it done. And they beat Oregon a couple of times to do it.
Twice, yeah.
And they beat USC, like at USC. And, I mean, and he was that guy for that program in almost like a time of need. And is there a relationship, not between the losing of players, but to be committed, the loyalty to a team like Utah, a program like Utah, to get them to the next level? Well, I guess in a weird way, that's what he's going to try to do here in Jacksonville, too, with the help of others, is try to get Jacksonville to a new level, a level really they haven't lived in consistently. And we'll see if he's a part of it. So I find it pretty interesting, though, that there is this like kind of love for Devin Lloyd just naturally here in Jacksonville. I hope that doesn't add another level of pressure. I don't know if that means anything, but I think it will be cool to see it. See, a little big man on our social media channel said Lloyd has a Trevor Lawrence feel to him. Lloyd has a lot of Trevor Lawrence in him, a born leader. I agree. I've used the same analogy. I think when you can feel Trevor's maturity, there's this element about Trevor Lawrence that I said, and I don't like to throw this around because it probably sounds kind of corny, but I'll never forget, probably for as long as I'm in this business and maybe beyond, when Trevor Lawrence arrived at Jags headquarters the day after he got drafted, and he's in like this powder blue suit, and his wife, who he just married 2 weeks earlier, gets out of the Cadillac, and there's school kids to greet him, and there's cameras everywhere, like 5 times more than usual because it's Trevor Lawrence. And it felt like the royal family had arrived at Jags headquarters. Because, let's be honest, how many times does a draft pick arrive with his wife?
Not very often.
It's actually happened. Like, I don't think Josh Allen was married at the time. He might have been married at the time, too. He had a little one, and then he got married, or maybe he was already married. I can't remember. So that was actually another example. Pretty interesting, too, right? And we like Josh, and we feel that maturity about Josh. But there was even something different about Trevor. Maybe it's the long hair. Maybe it was the powder blue suits. Maybe it was the whatever.
Right.
But it felt like royalty had arrived. And I don't think like every time I see Trevor, I think royalty now. But that moment I did. Like it just felt like that kind of moment. This Lloyd moment was a little bit different, but the same sense of, again, presence and maturity and all that stuff. So I think we really like this guy. I think there's reason to like him. And kind of can't wait to watch him play football. Jaguars.com, boy, a lot of shout-outs to you guys. You're welcome, Patrick Kavanaugh, Dave DeCandis and company.
There you go.
I think they had the linebackers coach on, Shuey, maybe this week sometime. I caught it later, so not live, so I don't know when it was on. But he kind of revealed a little something about the use of Travon Walker. And by the way, it's Travon Walker.
Yeah,
all right, Jacksonville?
What happened?
It's Travon. No, I've heard so many people say Travon.
Well, I did too, but now I said it before the draft. I didn't know before.
Well, I didn't either. I was actually if you listened to us before the draft, I was like, is it Travon? So I would mix it up, so I knew I was right at least half the time.
I tried to do that a little bit.
But I actually checked. Like, I kept hearing the Jags say Travon, like Peterson, and then I heard the commish say it.
Yep.
And I also heard Balky say it. I'm like, all right, I think it's Travon, all right? But I checked with the Jags because we did this with Tyson Alualu. There are people in town that still call Tyson Alualu Alu.
Okay.
And I was like, he was here for like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's call this guy the right name. It's Travon. And then we got Delphonic hooked us up with, I think I may have been saying Alua Khan. It's Alua Kin.
Oh, I was definitely saying, yeah. I was definitely saying it the wrong way.
So
that's why I tweeted. It's good content.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm not holding anybody to the fire here. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just saying let's all get on the same page.
I like that. You're trying to bring everybody together.
Yeah, bring the whole media together, especially. Now, the fans can call them whatever they want, but the media who is saying the name on TV and radio and everywhere else, let's call them the right name. It's Travon Walker, and it's obviously Alua Kin.
Yes.
So we're going to work hard at that.
We are. Just give us a grace period for Alua Kin, please.
Back to Alua Kin kind of rolls off the tongue, man. It's kind of easy. It looks so much harder than it is.
That is true. I'll give you that.
We got to double check if we can call him Foy instead of everything.
That is a good call, too.
Right?
We don't know him like that.
We don't.
Yeah.
So
a lot of name things to work through.
Well, listen, the Jags have done that to us a little bit. I mean, they did that in free agency. And so back to Travon Walker, though, Shuey, the linebacker coach, kind of said, he said what we wanted to hear. We've been asking. You're going to put this guy in one position, right, and let him work, and then you can do stuff from there. Well, he did say they're going to put him on the edge. You're going to put outside linebacker.
Yep. Start him there until he gets comfortable.
Until he gets comfortable, and then there's a big plan, right? You got the sense, if you listen to this thing, there was like a big plan ahead, like, okay, that's where we want to start him. But once we unfold this thing, it was like Mike Caldwell's got a lot of plans. And it shows you once again that this defense, this fit for Travon Walker could really be a good thing. And how the Jags use him, how he comes along in it. Do they make the timing of that correct? I will say this. If they use Travon Walker at that outside linebacker position, that also might do the same for Lloyd where it limits him a little bit. Because some people have envisioned Lloyd going to that outside linebacker spot as well.
Yeah.
Right? So
I have.
If you're going to kind of keep it simple in the early going for Travon Walker, maybe that's where they're going to keep it simple as well for Devin Lloyd in the early going. I don't know when that transition takes place for both of them to use their versatility, but it sounds like they're going to do a little KISS method here of keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, which is probably the right thing to do right away, right? I mean, it's easier to learn one position than like 8, and then as you go on, get more complex because we think the defense could be complex in terms of who's coming from where and if you're standing, the situation. So I do like the idea of to your point, let's keep it simple. Let's get you understanding what we're doing. And maybe you're just all-world great off the edge, and we don't even worry about moving you around because you're getting back there 30, 40, 50, 60% of the time. You know what I'm saying? So a lot more to figure out, but I like the idea of now that we know, we can start to envision it, even though we thought we knew earlier this week. Now we really know, and we can envision it and kind of think what we're going to see in training camp and then early in the season.
Is this the sign of a smarter regime? Is this already better coaching?
Yeah.
Is this learning from the past? Because, again, a lot of these guys weren't in the building in the past. Is this Shad Khan saying, hey, we use these guys wrong? Or is this somebody else in the building saying, we use these guys wrong? Don't throw so much at them, and we got to learn from our mistakes here. Or is this just better coaching that already knows that and hasn't had to look back at the Miles Jacks, the Taven Bryans, the everybody else. Like, I feel like we should give a nod to the coaching to identify already the KISS method of keeping it simple, but also knowing that there's growth to get to where you want to go, where these guys can really mix it up down the road.
Yeah, I think it's just better coaching. And I think this is one of the things that I can see where it's like, this is where it helps having multiple former players in your coaching staff. Because they all understand, you teach me to do one thing, I'm going to do it better than trying to teach me 4 things at the same time. I'm going to get confused and stuff like that. So when you can look at it from a player's perspective, like, let's just focus on doing this in training camp and mini camp and in the offseason, really hone that guy in on what he's doing, then he'll be better at it. So I think it's better coaching and coaches that understand what these players need to do versus coaches that never played. Yeah,
I couldn't agree with you more, man. I think that's it. I think we're already seeing better coaching. It's not really hard to get much. I catch myself here. I don't think it was a well-coached football team last year. The problem with saying that is you really degrade a lot of the guys that put in a lot of work, that were trying to do stuff and couldn't really get what they wanted to done because of Urban. I'm not saying they were all bad coaches on the staff last year, but the composite, the way it turned out, it was bad. It was a lot of bad coaching. I think it was a lot of bad offense. I blamed Urban sometimes. I blamed, I got all the way down to blaming Bernie Parmalee just because of what Urban was saying.
That is true.
If we're supposed to at the time take him at his word. And so I think there's a lot of blame to go around. It started with Urban. I just think this is a better fit already. Like, Doug Peterson's already doing things that you can already see, okay, this way it's supposed to be done. This is a smart way. We have learned from bad mistakes. I think in Jacksonville, we have seen it not work. We are savvy enough to know that. We might not be able to call defenses and call plays on offense, but we are savvy enough to know what has not worked in Jacksonville. You, the fan, from the couch, from Section 203, from listening here on the show to watching on TV, like, we know what doesn't work. Like, they only had to ask us last year about the green dot and Miles Jack.
Get them.
They had to ask us.
And they
could have taken a poll, sent a survey home, and they didn't know.
He could have just called in the show. We knew he was listening. I'd have put him on hold, though.
But at least this year, I feel like they know. And whether that's just naturally good coaching or that's already a little bit of a historic look at what went wrong in Jacksonville, I don't know that answer.
True.
But I like what they're doing to start. And then we see how quick the transformation takes place of using guys like Lloyd and Walker in this defense, expanding their roles and using their skill sets to make this defense really dynamic. And by the way, folks, that might take 2 years. Like, it might not take just 1 season or 8 games. I think we got to be a little patient to see where this defense evolves going forward under Mike Caldwell and on this Doug Peterson-led football team. But I like what I'm hearing, and I like what I'm seeing from Devin Lloyd in that workout. We'll be back. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. It's Friday. We've got pizza here. We're just going to eat pizza, get fatter, not work out. Gym shorts, yacht shorts. We'll watch them.
I'll watch everybody work out, you know what I'm saying?
We'll be back on ESPN 690.
Now, the First Alert Forecast on ESPN 690.
Partly sunny and hot today. Highs reach the low 90s. Scattered showers and thunderstorms this evening and overnight tonight as we drop into the 60s. And a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow. Still warm, along with a few scattered showers and possibly a thunderstorm. Highs in the mid to upper 80s. Breezy and cooler for Mother's Day. I'm TV meteorologist Mike Burrish. Join me today beginning at 5 p.m. on CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds.
You can always get a bigger, better diamond for less at Beard's Diamonds.
Walk into 904 Chiropractic and Injury Center, and it doesn't feel like you're going to the doctors. Beautiful artwork of Jacksonville on the south side location, a laid-back atmosphere, and Rep Butler and his staff are really fun to talk to, and they are there to help you out. First-time appointments and adjustments, just $39 and maybe less pending your insurance. 904 Chiropractic and Injury Center. 3 locations, south side, St. Augustine, and the west side. Look them up at 904chiro.com. 3 locations, 904chiro.com. We teamed up with Shady Rays Sunglasses, and it's been awesome. Jump in the fun at ShadyRays.com. Put in promo code BRENT, B-R-E-N-T, for 50% off 2 pair of shades. ShadyRays.com. Head into summer in style on beach days, fishing days, golf days, every days. Perfect price, look great, and how about this? If you lose or break your Shady Rays, no problem. You'll get another pair. It's an insane lost and broken protection plan. Style, fit, performance just for you. ShadyRays.com. Promo code BRENT for 50% off 2 or more pair of Shady Rays.
It's no secret that DIY security systems are a joke, and no self-respecting crook pays attention to them. Most police departments don't either. SafeTouch security systems are the most advanced systems offered, and this starts with every SafeTouch system being professionally designed using layers of protection. To start with, the SafeTouch yard sign. It represents the only guaranteed response in the industry. The next is the SafeTouch perimeter guard cameras using analytics and text video notification. You know before the crime actually happens. And there's 24/7 onboard video storage. But it doesn't stop there. SafeTouch's always-on feature means that if anyone tries to violate your area of protection, SafeTouch is notified before they even enter the house. It's called the Dome of Protection. If they're crazy enough to enter the home, SafeTouch's two-way communicator has them on an average of 11 seconds, eliminating the need for call verification and sending emergency help immediately. All this costs less than you think. Call for your free estimate and demonstration today. 888-723-8682. SafeTouch.com. State license number EF0000233.
Our friends over at Arlington Toyota want to know, what drives you? How about great service? Or what about getting more with your purchase? Then prepare yourself for the drive of a lifetime when you buy from Arlington Toyota. Arlington has over 500 new Toyotas available with inventory arriving daily. You also get a lifetime warranty with your purchase, plus 30 days to love your new purchase or exchange it. What drives you is what they do at Arlington Toyota. Shop in person, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back just for buying the gas I was going to buy anyway.
But is it a hassle to use?
No, it's super fast and easy. And I can cash out whenever I want.
That's a total no-brainer. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WARM for a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WARM for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WARM for a $5 bonus.
Research shows listeners don't like it when ads interrupt their music. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance, we made this ad optional. If you want to skip this ad, remove your left earphone. Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
If you're missing this informative ad, you must love wasting your cash.
It's the easy and smart way to save.
Now it's all been said, so if that earphone was out, put it back in your head.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Want to show your favorite teacher some love? Staples has you covered.
Covered how?
This week, earn 20% back in classroom rewards on your in-store purchases to give to your favorite teacher for supplies.
So they can stock up on markers and crayons?
Staples has it covered.
Art and cleaning supplies?
Covered. During Teacher Appreciation Week, earn 20% back in classroom rewards for your favorite teacher or school, plus up to 5% back in Staples rewards for yourself. Download the Staples Connect app to sign up for classroom rewards. Valid in-store only, ends 5/7.
Voted best gift of the year for golfers by the ESPN 690 Golf Enthusiast Review Board. Want to make the golfer in your life love you even more? Order the 2022 ESPN Dream 18 card for just $69. Big discounts on golf all year. Golf courses are raising their rates with the recent boom. The Dream 18 card has even more value now. For less than dinner for two at your favorite upscale restaurant, you will receive tremendously discounted rounds at some of the area's best golf courses. Golf Club at Southampton, St. John's Golf and Country Club, Club, Hidden Hills, Osprey Cove, the Yards added this year, Amelia River Golf Club, Eagle Landing, Fleming Island Golf Club, and Queens Harbor Yacht and Country Club. Plus, you'll receive a free smoothie from Smoothie King, a free hat from Dome Hats, a free shirt at Baker's Sports, and a discount on a purchase at Palm Beach Autographs. Play 2 rounds of golf, and the card pays for itself. $69, that's it. Some of the proceeds go to the Dream 18 charity as well. Buy the card at Action Sports Shacks, Dream18.com. Supplies are limited. Go to Action Sports Shacks, Dream18.com.
The ESPN 690 payroll payout is here. You've got 5 chances to win $1,000 every weekday at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. This is a nationwide contest. Message and data rates apply. Get the complete rules right now at ESPN690.com.
Sense that he has not reached his ceiling. The Seahawks feel like he didn't have a great third year, and he would be the first to say that. And he had some moments of immaturity. He wants to grow as a leader. Got frustrated because he was the guy, right? And you're seeing some bracket double coverage, and it was different. Russell Wilson was out. That changes the dynamic. But as far as top receivers, top 10 to 15 guys in the league, he probably has the highest ceiling of anyone because he just hasn't tapped it yet.
That is Jeremy Fowler. Jeremy Fowler gets a lot of love on ESPN. It's a lot of love right here on ESPN 690. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Heading into the weekend. Don't forget about Mom on Sunday. I had to be reminded of that today. Already missed Steph's birthday a little bit. Listen, games take priority. Tuesday night we had a couple games. Steph's birthday or games. Games they win the day.
Wait, what happened?
They said don't forget about moms.
Oh.
See, like, you don't have to worry about Amanda so much.
Dog
you don't
mom.
have kids yet.
Dog mom.
Oh, come on.
She plays that
You
up.
really have to do that stuff?
Not really. I just wanted to get your reaction because you're anti-dog.
I'm not anti-dog,
You're
but if
anti-dog.
you have to, like, celebrate Mother's Day because of your dog, that's ridiculous.
Hey, man. It's the way of the road, you know?
Like again, I'm not a dog owner, okay?
You're anti-dog.
I'm not anti-dog. I'm just not a dog owner. But please tell me we don't have, like, is this a thing? Like, do we celebrate, like, Mom's Days for dogs?
Not really. No.
I get a feeling it is.
She texted me LMFAO. You know what that means?
Yeah, I'm going to call Amanda in a minute and ask her about this. This is
good luck.
a problem.
Okay.
Let's get Scott Schroeder in first. I don't even know if I want to venture to ask you about this kind of topic. But, I mean, if you have no kids, Coach, and you have a dog, do you have to celebrate Mom's Day because of the dog?
I mean, you've got me all flustered here. Listen to where we're going in this conversation already, Brent. I mean, I don't even know. I think that's almost like another Hallmark card. Just somebody's trying to make money off something.
Yeah, that's right. Another Hallmark card. You got that right. Scott Schroeder, what's happening, man? Congratulations going to the regionals once again. Top 40 team in the country, I think. I don't know if that was the latest. I want to say it was maybe 38th in the country with the men's golf program for the Ospreys. Hey, you're heading up to New England. We were talking about this recently. How do you feel about playing up, what's that, the Yale course?
Yeah, Yale Golf Course. Never been there. Heard some good, interesting stories. I'm not sure it's going to present a challenge for us. We got a bunch of Florida kids, and playing Northeast golf's a little different. So we're going to fly up on Wednesday, hang out in Long Island, play a little northern golf, and hopefully acclimate pretty quickly. I mean, good news is our good players are really good, and when if good players play good in the sport of golf, you're going to be in a good spot. So it's just going to be dependent on Nick and Robbie, our two better players, to show up and perform for us.
Tell us more about those guys in your team this year, because seriously, you have in Nick Gabrelchek, one of the best golfers seriously in college golf. Like, that's not an understatement. That is, or overstatement. That is, he's legit. Like, future tour player potential, making all these crazy, like, Walker Cup or whatever the thing is called. No, Arnold Palmer Cup, sorry, teams. He's really, really good. And in golf, can you get carried by one guy that's really, really good? And I don't want to take anything away from the other guys because they're good too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky little line. Golf's a math formula, and if one guy plays good, which Nick, I think he's ranked about mid-30s this year. He was ranked number 2 in the country last year, so he's going to be a 2-time All-American finishing up his sophomore year. He's ranked about 13 in the world right now in amateur golf, and he's got 6 wins through 2 years. I mean, just a kid that is going to keep doing special things, hits it unbelievably well. And is just learning other ways to play well. He would probably tell you he hasn't played as well this year as last year, but is managing his golf ball better, is maturing in different ways, and that's part of the process. It's hard to match those expectations. Coming off of the year last year and come back the next year, it's hard to deal with a little bit of challenges where everything was just so easy last year. So he's had a really nice year, and if he goes up and plays well, and then we just don't need other guys to play great. We just need them to play solid, which is a big deal in golf. If you have two guys play really poorly, it almost doesn't matter how everybody else plays. But if you have one guy play great and everybody else plays solid, it's going to give us a real good chance of finishing that top 5, which is the goal to be able to move on to the desert the following week.
Coach, obviously Nick is an incredible talent like we just talked about, but talk to me a little bit about Robbie Higgins. Brent, you should like this guy. He's a little lefty. But
he's played really well.
Most importantly, in my opinion, he's from the 941 Bradenton, Florida. Cardinal Mooney, stand up. They walked me off in a baseball game one time, but this isn't about me, Coach. Talk to me about Robbie a little bit.
Don't like walk-offs.
Robbie's a lefty, actually former baseball player. Didn't really get serious about golf until 9th, 10th grade. Pretty young for a sophomore. He's one of those late August birthdays and has really matured here in the last 6 weeks. Probably a top 15 talent in the country, and is starting to believe that and understand the little things of being a good golfer. And the last 2 events have really shown that. He ended up not where he wants to be. I think he's finished 3rd and 2nd, something like that, because obviously he wants to win. But the reason he was even in contention is he's starting to handle his average golf better, which is a huge deal in golf. It's, can you hit it to 25 feet and that be okay? Can you hit a average tee shot and not beat yourself up? Can you make a mistake and not beat yourself up? And he's really, really grown a lot here in the last 6 weeks. And, the sky is the limit for this kid. Ball speed, low 190s, chips and pitches it like a tour player. It's pretty fun to watch.
That's pretty cool. Scott Schroeder with us, UNF golf coach. They're headed to Yale for the regionals. Tell her, how does this all work? What do you have to do up at Yale to get to the next round, to put yourself in position maybe to threaten for a national championship in men's golf?
So there's either 13 or 14 teams. I actually didn't pay close enough attention to the bottom to give you that exact number, but the top 5 advance. So go play some solid golf. We're the 7 seed, so obviously we're not projected to advance. But really the difference from about the 7 seed to somewhere between the 4 and the 5 seed is minuscule from a strokes per round perspective throughout the course of the year. So, for us, it's going to be about getting off to a solid start. We don't have to get off to a great start. I think in the last 10 years, 8 of those 10 years, we've been within 5 shots of either making it or not making it at some point in the final round.
Wow.
So we'll be in the hunt. It's just a matter of, do we perform down the stretch and get across the finish line?
You get nervous, or are you like, I can't do anything?
No, this is probably, as a coach, this is the one week that you probably don't sleep near as much, especially once you get to Yale. It's fun because you're grinding out there and you're trying to find any way to help a guy save a shot. But this is because making the national championship is the holy grail of what we're trying to accomplish for the players. It's basically like a qualifying for a tour event. It's run amazingly well. I've made it to 5, but I will tell you, every one of the regionals and every college golf coach will tell you, it is brutal, the stress of that final round. Last year is a great example. We were 10 shots inside of the number with about 8 holes to play and struggled down the finish and missed by a couple. And I had guys that told me that they've never, it took them days to get over that. And that's just, it's part of what it is. It's probably not dissimilar to, just other things in sports that whatever you play, it's a little bit of the baseline of what you're trying to accomplish as a college golfer.
Yeah, trust me. 15 hours ago, I felt it from outside the fence. Scott Schroeder with us, UNF golf coach. A quick lightning round because I got a lot of questions. Can you guys win a national championship at UNF in golf?
Yeah, I think so.
Does UNF ever, or does this area ever host a regional, or have they?
It's been a long time. We have not recently, and it could change down the road. The issue has always been the players is usually when the regionals are set up. So therefore, it's something that we could look into when the next round of bids.
Yeah, because it would make some sense, right? Or do they like to put it in certain spots and maybe not like where the tour is usually? Or
No, it has nothing to do with the tour. It was more of the regionals and trying to get golf course access right around the players. Basically would have been virtually impossible.
Yeah, that makes a lot. Well, because everybody else is playing during that time too, not just at the Players Championship at TPC Sawgrass. Yeah. There's a lot of problems in college sports, and people talk about it a lot. How about your sport? I don't hear a lot of problems. Is it run pretty well? You're pretty happy with where it's at? Is NIL an issue or other things issues that we just don't know about because people maybe don't talk about it like football and basketball?
NIL has not become too much of an issue for us. It's very minimal how many kids are getting NIL and money. I think the portal isn't too bad yet. We're a sport of integrity, and those lines haven't got crossed too much yet.
That's pretty good. And last one, I will never do a Scott Schroeder interview again without asking about Caitlin. What's up for her summer? And if you guys don't know, if anybody doesn't know, Caitlin Schroeder, Scott's daughter, is I've been saying, I don't know how accurate this is, but maybe the best junior girls golfer in the state and one of the best in the country. Accurate enough?
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, we don't want to disrespect some other girls that are really good, but she's definitely competitive with a lot of the elites in the country, and keeps putting up good stuff. I actually get to take her. She's trying to qualify for the Women's Open on Monday up in Georgia, right before the team leaves, and then we'll have a full-fledged summer bouncing all over the place. Gets to go back to the girls' junior, gets to play in probably the Wyndham Cup, which is an international a competition with East-West, and we'll play some other good stuff. She's getting to compete against the best kids in the country and chase her dreams of trying to become a tour player one day.
Yeah, well, we saw her up close last week, and she is a terrific player. Scott Schroeder, good luck to Caitlin coming up. And are you caddying, by the way, that day?
I am caddying on Monday.
Right.
She hasn't fired me yet, so that's good. We've the relationship's still good enough that I haven't been fired yet.
That's good. Maybe she can't yet. Maybe when she turns 18.
Well, she will ask. I know I'm not close to getting fired yet because she'll ask me if I can clear my schedule to caddy and stuff. That means it's not that bad yet.
That's true. Good point. Well, good luck at the regionals with UNF as well. Have a good weekend, man. Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
You bet. That's Scott Schroeder, UNF golf coach, who, by the way, he can play too. He plays from the left side. Can swing it. And he has done a terrific job with that program. By the way, the Ospreys women's program having a terrific year as well. So a lot of good stuff happening locally on campus, University of North Florida.
Yeah.
Jacksonville University as well with lacrosse made it to the finals. And they'll have selection show, I think, coming up on Sunday if both teams, both men and women, are eligible to go. I think definitely the women feel like they have a really good chance. I think the men would as well. So we'll keep an eye on some of those sports. Baseball, softball still wrapping up. UNF softball team will host the ASUN Championships. And so if you like that, the UNF softball complex, that's coming up in the middle of May. We'll probably do a show or two from out there, actually, as it's going on during the week. So like I said earlier, to start the show, there's a lot of good stuff happening. I know we talk football a lot, Jags a lot, NFL a lot, but if you like local sports, it's a hell of a time of year to get out and watch an event if you have some time with the kids or just want to go yourself and catch some action. We'll be right back with more action on Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690.
What's up? It's Casey of Action Sports Jacks, and the local coverage on ESPN 690 is expanding yet again. After Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690, we have been bringing you overtime on Mondays and Thursdays, but that has now changed. You can catch Brian Middleton and myself daily after Action Sports Jacks and leading you into Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp Baseball. So starting at 3 p.m. daily, we will have local coverage all night from Action Sports Jacks to OT to Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, all right here on ESPN 690.
Do you suffer from numbness, tingling, burning, or cramping in your feet or hands? You're not alone. Over 20 million people suffer from these symptoms and don't know where to turn. If this sounds like you may have peripheral neuropathy. According to the Mayo Clinic, neuropathy can lead to toe, foot, and leg amputation. Thankfully, there is a new treatment option that doesn't involve masking your pain with drugs. Come to Neva Health for a complimentary nerve damage screening and discover the latest treatment options for your numb, tingling, or painful feet and hands. Finally, you have a choice besides taking drugs or living with your pain and numbness. Whether you've suffered for years or just started feeling a little numbness or pain, you owe it to yourself to get this life-changing information. Appointments are limited. Call now to schedule your complimentary nerve damage screening. Call 904-944-7461. That's 904-944-7461.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back just for buying the gas I was going to buy anyway.
But is it a hassle to use?
No, it's super fast and easy. And I can cash out whenever I want.
That's a total no-brainer. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WARM for a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WARM for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WARM for a $5 bonus.
You're the one everyone looks to for answers. Come rain or shine, the job must get done, and you're the one who makes it happen. We get you, Jackie in Fresno, putting your employee safety first. And Manny in Chattanooga, whose local Granger team knows him by name. We're here for you and all the ones who get it done, with 24/7 customer support and access to product specialists to help you find what you need. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good, really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless, now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Okay, let's start unloading the sod over here.
The grass is always greener when Haruka's Lawn Care does the mowing.
And then we want to get the flower bed started before lunch.
They need a new landscaping designer to keep their budding business growing.
Oh, can we double check the incline here? This one needs to drain this way.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Action Sports Jacks. Watch, listen, subscribe. You can watch us on CBS 47 and Fox 30. You can listen right here on ESPN 690. And you can subscribe to our YouTube and podcast, Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. Action Sports Jacks. Watch, listen, subscribe.
There are two types of players in the National Football League. There are guys that will do whatever it takes to be able to win football games. Everybody loves those kind of guys. They're going to hold themselves accountable. They're going to help the organization set the standard for what's expected. And then there are the guys that would like to win as long as they're the reason why their team wins. Baker Mayfield is the latter. And why do I know that? We've seen that because of all of his actions. I don't want that guy anywhere near my team. And here's the thing, Max. We might just say this is the perception of Baker Mayfield, but at some point, perception becomes reality. That's how you get a guy like Robbie Anderson, who's with the Carolina Panthers, and him going out on social media and saying, I don't want Baker Mayfield throwing me passes, even though his quarterback options down in Carolina are Sam Darnold and Will Grier or whoever the hell.
We're talking about Carolina. We were talking while they were talking, so.
Yeah, we were. Sorry.
Who was it?
Oh, Chris Canty.
It was Canty.
Oh, yeah.
Why did I just guess default Canty?
You know, it's a good question. But, you know, good and hearty. The listeners heard it. They said, oh, that's Chris Canty. Guaranteed it's good and hearty.
It's good and hearty.
Now, I'm not going to say, I am going to question, though, at the end there, he's talking about Will Grier for some reason, who I don't think is in the league anymore, but that's okay, you know.
Is Will Grier, was he with Carolina?
He was. He got drafted by Carolina, but I don't think he's there anymore because I feel like they would have ran him out there at some point when Sam Darnold was throwing it to the other team.
All right, we got a lot of stuff that we get to today. We're trying to celebrate some local sports as well, as we had UNF they're going to their regionals, and just had Scott Schroeder on. That was fun. It was educational, by the way, because you don't know how the golf stuff works, but you see it later on in the match play, which is really fun on the Golf Channel, the college match play stuff. It can get intense. Coming up at 4 o'clock, we'll have for a couple minutes, Ponte Vedra will check down in Fort Myers, Naples, Ponte Vedra Lacrosse. Right?
I just saw your tweet.
Oh, yeah. Ponte Vedra Lacrosse coach will be on, talk about their run for a state championship. The Iceman start tonight, too. You sent me something. The Cowboys leaked 2022 draft board.
Yeah.
Now,
Jerry Jones held it up.
Oh, is that what that was? I remember the news conference, but that's what people figured out from that?
Yes. Yes, that is exactly what happened. He held it up, and somebody with really good eyes or a very good digital editing system broke down to see the names on there. But
so who did the Cowboys take?
Nobody on the list. They took the tackle from Tulsa.
That's right. Name. Yeah.
But if memory serves, when they picked, they could have had Lewis Seen. I think all these other guys were gone.
Okay. So I can't assume that everybody's seen this because I hadn't until Casey sent it to me.
That's fair.
So the list of 14 players with first-round grades, this is how
Dallas saw it.
This is how they saw it. They graded first-round guys. Thibodeau, Evan Neal, Aiden Hutchinson, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, Derek Stingley Jr., Travon Walker, Kyle Hamilton, Ike Ekwonu, Drake London, Jordan Davis, Charles Cross, another offensive tackle, Lewis Seen, and Jamison Williams.
I will say this was in order.
So do we know that's the order they did?
Yes.
It was like a numbered thing?
Yes.
Okay.
We know Thibodeau was at the top and Jamison Williams at the bottom, yes.
Well, and by the way, the only one that's probably a little questionable, and I think everybody did have a grade like this on him, would be Seen. Lewis Seen, but I thought he was a little bit more of a late first round. He started to sneak in, at least there were a lot of reports that he could sneak in the first round.
Right.
Where did he end up going? What number overall did Seen go? Do you know?
At the end, I'm pretty sure.
It was pretty close to the end?
Yeah.
Maybe like a Kansas City or something like that?
No, it was Minnesota.
It was Minnesota, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is not that far-fetched, but they could have had Seen?
Yes, they definitely could have. So here's what I don't understand. I understand Jerry Jones wasn't really trying to do this, but they picked a guy in the back middle of the first round that they didn't have a first round grade on. That's what it is. His name's not on the list. They picked him in the first round. It's a premier position in left tackle. I understand that, but
so the Cowboys reached for position.
Yes, according to the board that they had.
Do you believe that board is real, or do you think they were just messing around showcasing that?
I believe it is real because it would be weird for it not to be. Then you planted a fake board and Jerry, it just seems too weird.
Maybe we're like, Dad, we'll give you this one just because in case you do something stupid.
That could be. Now, that could be, I guess. But, no, I think it's real, and it's interesting. Lewis Seen was the last pick of the first round, by the way, to Minnesota. So, and they picked Tyler Smith at 24. So that was the only guy that they had a first-round grade on that they could have drafted at their draft slot. I understand you got to draft a safety there, but Kyle Hamilton had already gone, so it's reasonable to draft a safety at 24.
What other offensive linemen went outside of Neal, Ekwonu, and Cross in the first round?
Kenyon Green.
Oh, that's right. He went pretty high.
15th to Houston.
Yeah.
You said those ones. Trevor Penning to the Saints. He's also a tackle. Tyler Smith. Linderbaum went directly after them.
Okay.
And then Cole Strange.
Oh, yeah.
To New England.
So, I mean, if you wanted tackle, you were reaching a little bit, right? Because Linderbaum, people said, well, first of all, he's a center. So if you wanted offensive lineman, you could say you were reaching a little bit to get the value because you thought it probably dropped off pretty heavy. And so that does happen. But it's a dangerous thing in the first round. You do that in the third round because you're going to run out of guys. That might make some sense. You do that in the first round. That's a risky territory now. And the Strange pick was a strange pick, according to many, for New England. Some people liked him, but not many people liked him there. And so you say Linderbaum could have slipped to the second round, although I would still say if you got Linderbaum at 24, 25, wherever they got him, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then these other guys, to be honest with you, I don't know too much about, and I knew the Jags weren't that interested, and I didn't pay much attention to.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe they're right.
I will say the next tackle didn't go till 57.
That's what I mean. See, they had to jump at those guys if they needed tackle. And that's where need really took over for best player available. But is it smart to jump some 20, 25 spots where the next guy might be? Or let's just say even if you have him as a mid-second rounder to get a guy in the first round, is that smart? Is it too much of a reach? Does it matter that much? Like, do we really think a guy that was maybe going to go 40th overall, getting picked 22nd overall, is that much of a reach? I mean, in the second round, you get yourself a really good player.
Yeah.
A guy that could become an all-pro. We see it all the time. So, like, we have this infatuation with where guys go in the draft. And, like, because they are a top 10 pick, because they're a top 20 pick, because they are a second-round pick or a third-round pick or a fourth-round pick, like, they have to have this skill set and this production. And maybe the Cowboys aren't wrong here. They've been very good at drafting offensive linemen, by the way, over the years.
Yeah, just not keeping them. But what's interesting is if you look at the board and you believe it, Jermaine Johnson, Devin Lloyd, and a guy like Chris Olave were all not first-rounders, according to them. None of those three guys are on the list.
Chris Olave and who?
Jermaine Johnson.
Well, by the way, I mean, aren't you starting to think that a lot of people didn't have Jermaine Johnson and maybe even Devin Lloyd? I mean, they went in the back of the first round. That's 26, 27.
Yeah.
Olave is probably a little different story there because I think you're going to have a hard time getting people that didn't think Olave was a first-round guy.
He went 11th.
Yeah.
So what are they doing?
Yeah, so that's
and they needed they maybe not need, but they could use a receiver now.
That's an interesting, like, how wide-ranging are the boards? Like, if Olave is considered a second-rounder by the Cowboys, and he goes number 11 overall, and a lot of other people have him as, like, a top 15 guy, you love to see it, who's right, who's wrong.
Yeah.
You'd love to see all the teams that have these kind of grades, like first-round grades. And, by the way, there was a lot of smoke that teams had about 15 players on the first-round grade list.
True.
You know,
that is true.
There was a lot of smoke, and I don't know how many players this was, but it looks about 15. So, I mean, who knows?
14, yeah.
The problem is you just don't know. Are the Cowboys right here, or are they wrong here?
Yeah, it's weird because then they also then if that's right, they also didn't have Burks and Dotson as first-round picks as receivers or first-round grades.
Yeah, and Dotson is a guy that floated in the second round in many like pre-draft stuff.
Yeah.
But Burks is not. Like, I thought Burks was definitely going to go at first round.
Like, I can't imagine that they're wrong on all three. Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
You know, like maybe
they just maybe they just didn't care about receiver. They're like, we're not going receiver in the first round, so we're not going to grade it.
Yeah.
We're not even going to have it on our list. We already did the CeeDee Lamb thing. We've already got, blah, blah, blah. We already extended whoever they extended,
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why they did it.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Or it's a fake board. It's a plant.
I don't think it is. I agree with you. I don't think it's a fake board. I want to see more boards.
I know. I'm saying
I
we
want
should
to see more teams' boards.
It'd be awesome
Where's
if
Hard Knocks on the draft?
Oh, that's an idea. I'd watch that over the training camp one.
Oh, these guys, they think they got the secret sauce to everything. They would never relinquish that information.
That'd be a cool subplot if the NFL made them. Just once.
That would be
hey,
awesome.
what's your first round board?
That would be great. We'll be back. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690.
Now is the time to get an estimate on replacement windows. American Window Products of Jacksonville is a high-volume dealer offering a huge selection of products to keep your costs low. New windows from American Window Products can lower your energy costs and increase your curb appeal and security, all without breaking the bank. Call American Window Products for a free estimate at 904-667-0873 or visit AmericanWindowProducts.com.
It's no secret that do-it-yourself security systems are pretty much a joke, right? Criminals don't pay attention to them. A lot of police departments don't either. If you've got one of those national alarm companies, they're not much better. They're going to charge you more, though. SafeTouch security systems are the most advanced systems offered, and this starts with every SafeTouch system being professionally designed using layers of protection. The SafeTouch Perimeter Guard, for example, uses analytics and text video notification. You're alerted before the crime actually happens, and there's 24/7 onboard video storage. That camera also alerts would-be criminals, by the way, that they've already been detected protected and are being recorded. And the SafeTouch Always On feature means that if anyone tries to violate your area of protection, SafeTouch is notified before they even enter the house. If someone was crazy enough to enter a SafeTouch house, the SafeTouch two-way communicator has them in an average of 11 seconds, eliminating the need for call verification and sending emergency help immediately. SafeTouch is professionally installed by its highly trained professional technicians, and their monitoring center is right here in Florida. Call for your free estimated demonstration today, 888-723-8682, or go to safetouch.com, EF0000233.
This year, CGC Water Treatment is celebrating 75 years in business. Put their experience to work for you, like my family did. Discover how good your water can be with a new Connecticut softener and drinking water system. Connecticut's twin tank, non-electric softeners are the most efficient softeners available, and their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. That's clean water. If you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Call today and save hundreds on a new Connecticut system. Financing available with approved credit. And because the professionals at CGC Water are committed to being your go-to water experts, you can trust their master plumber with all your plumbing needs as well. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. I'm a proud customer of many years of CGC Water Treatment, and they are proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars. CGC Water Treatment, your local independent Connecticut dealer.
Hey, Mike, what are you doing way up on that ladder? You're going to hurt yourself.
Oh, I'm trying to unclog these gutters.
That's smart. I had water damage from my gutters last year. It cost me $10,000.
Wait, $10,000?
Yeah, and from over here, it looks like water's been pouring over your clogged gutters, and it's probably doing real damage to your foundation. You need to do what I did. Get off the ladder and call Leaf Filter.
Yeah, but I need to get these gutters flowing now.
That's why you need to call Leaf Filter. They'll clean and realign your gutters and install their exclusive micro mesh screen system so nothing gets in your gutters except water.
So Leaf Filter protects my house from damage and means no more gutter cleaning for me?
Bingo! Plus, Leaf Filter has an industry-leading lifetime warranty, so your gutters are covered for life.
Thanks, Frank. I'm calling Leaf Filter today.
Don't go another day with your home unprotected. Call 1-844-300-LEAF or go to tryleaffilter.com for your free gutter inspection. Call 1-844-300-LEAF or go to tryleaffilter.com right now for an extra 15% savings. Call 1-844-300-LEAF or go to tryleaffilter.com. That's 1-844-300-LEAF.
You can unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash-out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you can unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 833-8ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started.
Rates current as of 12/12/21. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org number 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station. Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. This is Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
I expect it to be fierce because I know all three guys. I don't expect anyone to take a back seat. I'm excited about watching these guys compete, man, just like I am at any position where you got some viable options. And so it's going to be challenging from an organization standpoint, but it's a good challenge, and I'm excited about watching those guys perform.
That's your guy again, Canty? I don't even know who that is. What's he talking about?
Mike Tomlin.
Oh.
Trubisky.
That was Trubisky.
Well, and Pickett, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way,
you see the meme today or whatever? Ty showed me. He said
the hand.
The hand.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That was good.
It was good.
Social media can be awful, but social media can be fantastic too.
It's tough. I got a good Kenny Pickett story for you later.
All right, we'll talk about that in just a bit. Before we do that, Let's go to Southwest Florida. I believe the Naples area is where the boys lacrosse state championships are being played. Final Four action yesterday. Ponte Vedra Sharks getting a big win by 2 over Winter Park. They'll play St. Thomas Aquinas tomorrow for a state championship, and we welcome Chris Polanski, the head coach of the Sharks lacrosse team, into Action Sports Shacks on ESPN 690. Chris, congratulations. First of all, boy, you guys must be flying high down there in Southwest Florida today.
Yeah, we're having a pretty good time. It's, we had a really big emotional win last night, and with it being so far away, we decided to stay overnight, and we're spending the day down here. And all the boys are running into Publix right now, getting pub subs and all the good stuff to get fueled up for tomorrow.
Yeah, what do you do today? How do you kill some time, take away the anxiousness, but also enjoy yourselves after coming off that win?
Yeah, it's definitely, got to do a little bit of both. We went and had a short practice earlier today. We had a lunch on the beach, and tonight we're going to support the Jacksonville Iceman, actually, as they play the Everglades in their playoff game. So that'll be fun for us, I think.
That's awesome. That's a great stuff right there. That's very cool that you're going to see the Iceman.
The Jacksonville boys sticking together down here in South Florida.
All right, so listen, Ponte Vedra Boys Lacrosse is really good. You were just telling me you've been with the program for over a decade. First year as the head coach, though. Has this been a special group? Did you see this coming? Is this just part of the machine that is Ponte Vedra Lacrosse where you guys reload? How did you guys look at this campaign and now where you're ended up?
I think it kind of depends on whose eyes you ask. If you go through me, I'm maybe a little biased. This group is insanely talented. And coming off of two unique seasons with COVID, we were really restricted with, some of our team meals and other team building things we did. And you could tell about 2 weeks into the season that the bond between this group was unlike anything I've seen in a long time, if not maybe ever. The relationships, freshman to senior, between all the classes is something very, very special. This group is super, super close.
Give us a little bit of maybe I don't know about historical perspective, but just perspective in general. Ponte Vedra Lacrosse over the last few years, I think, has been mentioned at times as like the best team in the country. I think you were ranked at one time. You won state championship in 2019. Where, in the pantheon of high school lacrosse, how good is this program in the state of Florida and really all across the country, where you have some unbelievable programs like in the Mid-Atlantic and stuff?
Yeah, those guys up in the Northeast, they got 15, 20 guys on, going and playing Division I. I would love to say we can compete with anybody, but, it would be a very tough matchup for us against some of those guys in the Northeast. Down here in the South, I would 100% put us up against anybody. We played some of the best teams already in the South, and we've more than held our own. We have a very a different style than we played in the past, and throughout the year, we're just getting better and better and better. And to your earlier point, I would put us up with anybody in the South tomorrow.
Chris Polanski, the head coach of the Ponte Vedra Sharks. Well, tomorrow you'll go up against St. Thomas Aquinas. I hear that name. I think they're pretty good in almost everything. How challenging is this game tomorrow?
This game is very challenging. This is actually our third time we're going to be playing St. Thomas in a state championship. We lost to them in 2016. We beat them in 2019. I'm very close with their head coach. We trade film and scouting reports a lot. But this group is very, very athletic. Like you said, they are a known commodity nationally for the athletes they can produce at all different sports, and that is no different at lacrosse. They have been a powerhouse and very dominant for a long time.
You guys are pretty, you're littered with talent, as you mentioned. Give us a couple of your players or star players. We sat on TV last night. I think Maddox Johnson had scored a goal, if I had his name right. Jack Reed, I think, as well. We know Luke Lowry a little bit. I know he's a fantastic player. What else you got? Throw some names out. Give those kids some love.
Oh, man, I got about 15 for you, but I'll try to keep it short. Our goalie, Nolan Parlett, has been a 4-year starter. He's going off to Air Force Academy. I believe Nolan is the best goalie in Florida. We have a face-off specialist, which is sort of unique in lacrosse, where you have the ability to play make it, take it at times if you win, and Ladd has been over 80% on the season. Just right there, we're getting, 4-1 on possessions on most teams. Ladd Harper is absolutely dominant. Roman DeStella is an unsung hero. We kind of put him on the other team's best offensive player and just let him go do his thing. Will Corbett at attack, Brendan Nace, Jack Reed, like you said, the Houseman brothers. Sean and Brock, Joey Lutzak, our depth is unlike anything I've ever been around this year. We have players literally everywhere and a lot of them.
You guys, how disappointing was last year, and how much motivation was that, or was it a new set last year when you guys lost? I forget what round it was, but you guys had a really good team, and I think I forget, maybe it was Creekside or something, but they were really good too, and so it's just one of those things where you had a lot of power in one area of the state. But did you guys use that as motivation, or did you just reset, or what was that like?
I was 100% motivation. We've been, not to beat around the bush, we've been dominant in North Florida for quite some time, and we kind of lost a little bit of that last year, and we kind of lost a little bit of that of intimidation factor. And going into this year, one of our two main goals was to reestablish dominance in North Florida. And I think we did a pretty good job of that this year. And, we don't hide from that. Like you said, we used it for motivation, and we still talk about it frequently. Any game, any time, any day, somebody, you can lose to anybody. Somebody can get hot, a goalie can get hot, attackman can get hot, and we can get beat. So we just, we used it to bring it every day, every practice, every drill, every minute. It was very much in their faces all year.
Well, good luck tomorrow in the state championship game. St. Thomas Aquinas, Ponte Vedra, tomorrow night, 7:30 down there in Southwest Florida. By the way, the Ponte Vedra Sharks 19-3 on the year. They got a couple of losses or 3 losses, and they were real close games too. So go bring home a state championship, Coach Chris Polanski, and enjoy the Iceman game tonight as well. Enjoy the entire experience.
Thank you guys so much. I cannot thank you enough for supporting our sport, and go Sharks and go Iceman tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks, man.
All right, guys. Have a good day.
You bet. That's Chris Polanski, Ponte Vedra High School boys lacrosse coach. Also, good luck today playing this afternoon and evening on the girls' side. Bartram Trail and also Episcopal. Episcopal might be already underway. I think that might have been a 3 o'clock start, and then Bartram Trail at 7, or I might have them reversed. But we'll have them updated for you tonight on CBS 47 and Fox 30. And we'll have tomorrow night Action Sports Shacks primetime, 10:30 on Fox 30, 11:30 on CBS 47, an update on hopefully the state champs in boys lacrosse in Ponte Vedra.
Is that a Marcel Robinson show? Because Stewart's in Peru?
That will be a Marcel Robinson show tomorrow night.
Nice.
Yes, it will be. So we'll have you covered Saturday and Sunday with Action Sports Shacks primetime. It is pretty cool what Ponte Vedra has done in lacrosse. Again, I'm not a lacrosse expert by any means. I always tell this story, though. Well, I don't always tell it, but I'll tell it now. But if people bring up lacrosse, it's kind of I'm a little surprised that I wasn't more into lacrosse, because in New England it is pretty big.
Okay.
I've been around 2 lacrosse programs in like an indirect way that really are good. And now we come down here and we're around it in high school, and JU is a really good lacrosse program. It continues to grow. But when I grew up, when I was a kid, down the street from me was a gentleman by the name of Dom Starzia Lasagna. That was his name.
That's
Dom Starzia Lasagna. And if you know lacrosse in the area, you will know that name most likely, because he was the Brown head coach at the time. Later went to Virginia, and Virginia is like, I don't know if they still are, but at the time when he was there, like national powerhouse.
Okay.
All right. Mm-hmm. And then I go to Albany, New York, and work there eventually in my career. And Scott Marr started the University at Albany program, and it was like instantaneously made them into like a Sweet 16 team in the NCAA tournament. And since I've left Albany, I haven't really followed it as much. I don't know if they're kind of a powerhouse or if they're always in the mix. But Syracuse was kind of the king.
Right.
John Hopkins in lacrosse was like one of the kings. Really big-time lacrosse program. Not just smart kids, but lacrosse program, really good. So, but Syracuse was always kind of the known, right? Now you got Galloway, Coach Galloway, who's like the Michael Jordan of lacrosse.
Okay.
From the Syracuse days at JU
so
as the head coach.
Arguably the best of all time.
Arguably the best of all time. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
And that's who JU has as their head coach. So it's pretty interesting. Like,
yeah.
in my stops, like, I don't really have a great feel. Like, when I go and watch lacrosse, even when I covered it in Albany, I'm like, okay, I don't know exactly what that means. Like, why did that just happen?
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's still a part of. I've covered some lacrosse, but I still don't know. It's almost like going to a wrestling match, and I mean like high school wrestling, not like WWE or AEW.
Okay.
But you know, like when you go, like they are. I say it all the time. They're the most electric atmospheres. If you go to a college or high school wrestling meet, it can be absolutely electric.
There's a lot going on, yeah.
And you have no clue why somebody just got a point or two, other than like just something obvious.
Yeah.
Right? But there's stuff going on. You're like, I have no idea what's happening, but I'm going to cheer like crazy because everybody else is.
You just follow, do what you got to do.
Because it's intense.
Yeah.
But like lacrosse has a little bit of that to me too. It's like, okay, why do they still have the ball? Like it clearly went out on them. Well, what I've learned over the years is if your guy's the closest to where it went out, you get it. That's weird.
We should start like a league.
That's weird.
No, it's weird for sure. I just want to try it with the stick.
And by the way, like if you ever have had a lacrosse stick in your hand and a lacrosse ball and you see like you just want to like flip it like they do, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those things. Like you just want to flip like that's like a thing.
It's not easy.
It's kind of like a golfer who like bounces the ball on the face of the club.
Very true. Good call. Those are comparable things.
Like the lacrosse thing has that.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's some odds and ends stuff here.
You ever seen like a kid in the airport with a lacrosse stick? Have you ever seen that?
Not really.
Really? I've seen it on multiple occasions. And you go to the airport a lot, too. Like during football season, like you're in there often.
Yeah, I guess like I've seen hockey kids a lot. I see volleyball and basketball and baseball.
Like I've seen lacrosse kids in the airport doing the flip thing. I'm like, man, you are flexing on everybody.
I wonder if the flip thing is like...
It's not easy. I've tried to do it.
I wonder if it's a thing. Like, does it have a name? I should have asked Coach.
I think it's called... I don't want to speak on it, but I feel like it's called dribbling for some reason.
You think so?
I could be way off.
That would be a new way of dribbling. I mean, I know there's dribbling in soccer.
Yeah, there is.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Basketball, obviously. I feel like that's right. I could be way off, like completely wrong.
All right, this is a perfect time for this because we're all over the map with a whole bunch of different stuff flying through our head. I do think it's cool that the Sharks will go in the Iceman game tonight.
That is cool.
That's a great move by Coach and the program.
Do the Iceman know? That's the only thing.
I'm going to tell them when they call in at 4:45.
Were you going to tell me?
No, I just set that up in the text in the last 10 minutes. But we'll have them on.
We'll stick around for that at 4:45.
That's it.
We're having all of them. The Iceman will join us.
They'll all join us. So we're texting back and forth about the show today.
Me and you.
And I said I got a deodorant topic.
Yeah, I just kind of let you go there. I didn't know what we were doing here. I put some on.
I hesitated to do this topic. If you hesitate, what's the
don't
rule?
go. Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I'm going. I've vetted it out internally.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm like, because I actually thought of this a couple of days ago and then forgot to like think about it on the show. But I seriously thought about it. Then it happened to me again today, which means I have to go to the store. So the long and short of this is, like, I'm out of deodorant.
Okay.
And so I have nothing left. Like, the stick is bare.
Yeah, popped out, yeah.
And so I was like, well, I'm either going to not put deodorant on or I'm going to steal Steph's deodorant.
What about Ty?
I didn't think about it. It's upstairs. So now I've got this nice powder scent smell to me.
Yeah.
Like, is that okay?
So, do I want to put my whole life out on the street? I might as well. I already started. I wear, like, women's deodorant all the time. It smells better. Like, I'm just being honest with you. So, yeah, it's fine. No, I think it smells better most of the time. I like it. I enjoy it. So, yeah, I think you're fine.
I enjoy it. Now, listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I enjoyed it. I'm just saying I think it smells better. Is better than smelling bad.
Yeah, I think you made the right move.
This is like an everyday thing for you. You don't have to run out of deodorant.
Literally every day, yeah.
What are you buying, the powder scent? Like, I got the powder scent deodorant on now.
Literally, yes.
Like, it's not like super female smelling.
Mine is. It smells good. I don't know what to tell you, Brett. It smells good. Like, yeah, I used to, like, even in high school, like, when I played baseball, they'd be like, what are you doing? They're like, deodorant. They're like, it's women's. I'm like, yeah, I know. It smells better. Got made fun of. Yeah, it's a whole experience.
Yeah, because, like, the deodorant I have doesn't even have, like, a strong smell. It's like Gillette or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not, like, I don't do a lot. What's, like, the great deodorant? Is it Old Spice?
Oh, yeah, Old Spice. A lot of people use Old Spice, yeah.
Is that, like, an old person deodorant?
No.
Or is that, like, in every person?
That's like in every person, yeah. Olds, youngs, everyone in between.
Maybe this is more common than I thought, though. I thought I was doing a thing today, like this week. I was like, I don't know if I should be wearing like fresh
I think you're fine.
Women's deodorant right now.
I might be the only one that's giving you the seal of approval, though, in fairness.
Well, you're on top of giving me the seal of approval. You are actually like going to the store and buying women's deodorant.
Often. Yeah, I actually need to go, ironically. But yes, I will go buy the women's deodorant. And if anybody asks me about it, I will be like, yes, it's for me.
All right.
I won't even lie.
Well, at least we smell better than bad.
Relatively the same, it sounds like.
You might smell relatively the same. Okay. I don't know if that went as well as I was hoping.
Yeah. Well, now here's the real question. Does Steph know you used her deodorant?
I think I might have told her today, and I don't know if she had a reaction. Like, I don't think she cared.
Okay, that's good.
It's not like I probably have accidentally, like, stolen her toothbrush by accident or took the wrong one, but I don't, like, do it on purpose. I've done it before. I know I have.
Well, yeah, sure.
But because I was like, I thought that was my colored toothbrush.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, like, get a new toothbrush, like, right when you get new ones or
which
something.
one's which, exactly.
But I don't think she cares about deodorant. Though, like, I wouldn't want to borrow your deodorant. Be, like, gross.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm not sure I'm sharing deodorant with anybody. That's my point.
Really?
Other than Steph.
Interesting.
And I don't think she'd want to share mine.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, I don't know, like, when just in high school, I could clearly remember you forget your deodorant at, like, baseball, you're using somebody's.
Yeah, see, I don't think I did.
Yeah. I mean, we were.
You know what I did for a while? Remember they had that spray deodorant?
Yeah, that's the thing still.
Yeah. Is that still a thing?
Yes.
See, the spray deodorant's not bad.
Yeah, but, like, does it really work? That's kind of what I wonder about.
Yeah, but something. Like, it makes you feel
It's better than nothing,
Like,
yeah.
if you feel like you're... Like, listen, there's a lot of things about all of us that sometimes you just don't know you stink.
True.
But at least if you put some kind of deodorant on, you feel like you don't stink.
Gives you presence of mind, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feel
Like,
a
I
little
did the right
comfortable.
thing. Yeah.
There we go.
I didn't know where... I think that worked out well because I didn't know you were going to say that, and you definitely didn't know I was going to say that.
I definitely didn't know. I'm a little... I got a little thrown off. I'm a little frazzled, actually, by what you said.
Cold, hard truth. Send you a picture when I get home.
Please don't.
Okay.
That's the end of the deodorant conversation. You kind of ruined it for me. I was almost thinking you were going to be like... You almost gave my story too much approval. You liked it too much.
Yeah, I mean, it smells better.
It's pretty normal.
Make a
people
poll.
don't want to admit this.
Yeah, that could very well be.
See, that's what we're trying to do here. Like, listen,
there's a safe
you gotta
space.
be vulnerable sometimes.
Yeah. Do what you got to do.
Maybe there are more people that use women's deodorant than we want to.
There's at least one.
Want to let on.
And this week, at least two.
We'll be back. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. Deodorant talk is over.
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
A severe thunderstorm watch for Duval, Nassau, and Baker County this evening as showers and thunderstorms develop and spread from west to east. A few downpours and a couple of strong storms as temperatures drop into the 60s. Clearing skies for your Saturday and breezy. Still reach the upper 80s in the afternoon. Cooler by Mother's Day. From the CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beards Diamonds.
Beards has higher quality diamonds for less money than any other store.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you have chronic pain, you've got to be tired of living with that chronic pain. Knee pain, joint pain, any pain. Listen carefully, because now there are new treatments available. Not talking surgery, and we're not talking steroids. These are regenerative treatments from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics. Hey, everybody, this is Brent Martineau. QC Kinetics is the leader in these exciting biologic therapies that help restore and repair damaged tissue in your joints with lasting results. If you've got pain in your knees, shoulders, hip, or back, joint pain that just won't go away, you need to check out these new treatments with astonishing patient satisfaction reports. They can actually help your body restore and repair itself with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. Call now to schedule your free consultation at QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. You need to learn more about how biologic therapies are changing the way we think about dealing with joint pain. It's exciting stuff. Don't wait. Call today. QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522, 904-274-5522.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back just for buying the gas I was going to buy anyway.
But is it a hassle to use?
No, it's super fast and easy. And I can cash out whenever I want.
That's a total no-brainer. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WARM for a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WARM for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WARM for a $5 bonus.
Voted best gift of the year for golfers by the ESPN 690 Golf Enthusiast Review Board. Want to make the golfer in your life love you even more? Order the 2022 ESPN Dream 18 card for just $69. Big discounts on golf all year. Golf courses are raising their rates with the recent boom. The Dream 18 card has even more value now. For less than dinner for two at your favorite upscale restaurant, you will receive tremendously discounted rounds at some of the area's best golf courses. Golf Club at Southampton, St. John's Golf and Country Club, Hidden Hills, Osprey Cove, the Yards added this year, Amelia River Golf Club, Eagle Landing, Fleming Island Golf Club, and Queens Harbor Yacht and Country Club. Plus, you'll receive a free smoothie from Smoothie King, a free hat from Dome Hats, a free shirt at Baker's Sports, and a discount on a purchase at Palm Beach Autographs. Play 2 rounds of golf, and the card pays for itself. $69, that's it. Some of the proceeds go to the Dream 18 charity as well. Buy the card at ActionSportsShacksDream18.com. Supplies are limited. Go to ActionSportsShacksDream18.com.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Jacksonville area attorneys. Offices in Jacksonville and by appointment only in Ponte Vedra Beach. Online at CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Let's plan on having concessions over there.
Mike is remodeling the old family drive-in movie theater.
Hey, go find Gavin. Tell him the sound team is here.
He'll need a new front-of-house cast and behind-the-scenes crew.
Hey, can we talk staffing real quick? I'm thinking at least 6 per shift.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Enter for your chance to win tickets to see John Fogerty at the St. Augustine Amphitheater on May 8th. Head to ESPN690.com and click on the contest page for your chance to win.
I think Trevor is the type of guy that needs an environment that's positive, that needs an environment that, I don't know, I'll use the word toxic. And last year, was it that way at times? Absolutely, with Urban Meyer. So to have Trevor in an environment that he feels comfortable to progress and learn as a quarterback, I think that'll be his biggest positive. Instead of everybody, Christian Kirk, all of the talent that they have there, that they've brought in, the new faces, it's how that organization is now, viewed and also handled with Doug Peterson. That's going to be a big advantage for him.
That sounds like Teddy Bruschi.
It is.
Jacksonville Jaguars, Doug Peterson, Trevor Lawrence. I like that other guys are talking about the Jags in that context, you know.
Yeah.
How much of a bump will they get post-Urban Meyer era will be something to watch. Like, just because. I'm telling you, it's like, I said this when Peterson got hired. You walk in the building, you say, hi, how do you do? It's like, hi, I like this guy.
True.
I mean, we cannot explain enough the toxicity that was in that building with Urban.
Toxic.
And I love that word, by the way.
Really?
Toxicity. What a great word.
Oh, toxicity.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't even know if it's a word.
I don't know.
It's got to be a word.
Feels like
rolls off my tongue like it's a word. So, but you got to, I mean, it's just unbelievable how much of that existed and how much of that creates tension and how much of that probably distracted from getting a job done that you're trying to do. To what degree, I don't know. I still wonder, like, did it make Laviska Shenault have a bad season? Right? Does it make, who else, like, I don't know, is it Miles Jack have a tough season? You name your player, like, that you thought struggled, which, by the way, there were plenty of them. There were very few that actually grew. Tyson Campbell's kind of one of those guys that it appears like he grew throughout the season and got better. But I think Urban to Doug and how much he relieves some of that will be something to watch. And I don't know if that's something tangible that we can see. I think that's something we're going to have to hear from the players in the building. And by the way, I think they'll give it credit if they do well. They probably won't even think about it if they don't do well.
True.
You know? So it'll be just another piece of the puzzle. And there's a lot of little things that add up there to make it seem better or not for sure. So we'll keep an eye on all of that. Hey, a couple of other baseball notes to get to. How about the Philadelphia Phillies? Hey, if you're a Mets fan, by the way, life is good.
Very good. Yeah. What are you doing? Like, how do the Phillies, like, year after year, consistently have a bullpen that is just horrible? Like, it could be us out there, and we have a better chance of, we couldn't do any worse, right? We could give up a 7-run lead. Like, the Phillies consistently do not have a good bullpen. And to make matters worse, Corey Knievel's on my fantasy team. Minus 15 last night, Corey. Get somebody out. Yeah, it's just embarrassing for the Phillies. That's all that is.
You brought up something else, speaking of embarrassing, attendance numbers in certain parks. Oakland, I think you said, had 2,000 people. The Marlins often have like 5,000 people. The Rays have struggled with this too, but usually not to the tune of 5,000 to 7,000 people. I mean, you're seeing a lot of how many times last year did the Jumbo Shrimp outdraw the Miami Marlins? It happened a few times. It wasn't just a one-off thing. It was like a few times.
Yeah.
And so, like, why is that happening? Miami is a tricky market. Miami's a weird market. Miami, by the way, the Marlins, how are they drawing right now? Do you know? Because they're pretty good. And they love baseball down there.
Right.
No, and the park is pretty good park. It's not in the best spot. But Oakland, for obvious reasons, it's like, what's the draw to go to Oakland?
Yeah, and they're horrible.
And they're not good.
And they played the Rays. When they had 2,000 fans, they played the Rays. So that doesn't help altogether.
So no draw.
There's no draw. Like, it's not fun, right? I'm trying to find this tweet from Matt Present, who was with the Shrimp last year in the broadcast booth, but he pretty much said the Flying Squirrels, I was going to send you this, the Richmond Flying Squirrels or something, the minor league team, they're AA. They're averaging like 8,500 a night, which is not bad for AA baseball. I mean, you're outdrawing,
that's pretty good.
You're outdrawing Oakland by a ton, like double, triple, whatever. I don't know math. But anyway, the point of the story is, yeah, there's no draw. Like, you're not good. You're not doing anything. By the way, you're playing in like a football stadium that's a baseball stadium that's also a football stadium, in Oakland at least. You know, it's a weird thing. So Miami's weird because they're kind of good. But like you said, Miami's a weird market. Yeah, it's just embarrassing for Oakland. And they want like a new stadium or they want to move, but that's not going to help if you only have 2,000 fans. But you trade away Matt Olson and Matt Chapman. Those are the only good players you had. So, like, who are people going to see?
Yeah, I mean, some of it's circumstantial. Some of there's a lot of games on a night. I mean, but 2,000 people doesn't. And I'm not saying they average 2,000, right? They don't always get the 2,000. You're right about the Rays, and they're not very good. The Marlins, we've seen this before. the Rays have struggled with this. I mean, the Rays, you get a playoff game and the Rays won't sell out.
Don't do that.
They don't. Like, we're thinking about going the Yankees and Rays Memorial Day weekend. I'm like, hey, we should get tickets. I'm like, no, we shouldn't. We'll wait until we're about to go in and get tickets.
I don't know.
Even the Yankees, who are a big draw.
You'll get them, but, like, yeah, you can. To make your point, yes, you can get them on the day of the game.
Yeah, like in a lot of ballparks, it's like it continues to be the haves and have-nots. But the crazy thing about what I'm saying here is that doesn't necessarily mean your team stinks.
True.
Like the Rays don't draw well, but their team has been one of the best in the all of Major League Baseball the last handful of years. Miami Marlins have had, even in the last couple of years, have been pretty decent, like good enough to watch. Had players to watch too, even when they weren't that good, and they still couldn't draw. Oakland's a little bit different story right now, in terms of being good at the same time as not drawing. And do you know, like, if they have like the Angels in town, right? Ohtani, how much are they going to draw?
The Rays?
No, like the A's.
Same thing.
Still be like 2,000?
A little more. Yeah, like 3 or 4.
It's going to be like 12,000?
No.
But it's not going to be 30,000.
No, absolutely not. The days of, like, exciting Oakland with the dude that bang on the drum, that's gone. No, forget that.
It's just here like 2 days ago.
Well, okay, that guy's there. I'm saying, like, the whole atmosphere. Like, people are rocking.
I know what you're saying. But, I mean, that was like, I said 2 days. I mean, that was really like 2 years ago that atmosphere was there.
It was. Agreed.
Maybe some of it is just all on winning and losing. But you go to other places, obviously, you're always going to have people at Yankee Stadium and the Mets and the Red Sox in Chicago and St. Louis. And it's just this huge separation of haves and have-nots. And I don't know if that means they're going to leave Oakland. There's plenty of reasons to leave Oakland at some point. They're not leaving Miami. I don't see that happening.
No.
And it doesn't look like they're going to leave Tampa at the moment.
But Oakland's not making a strong case to keep them.
No, not at all.
I mean, just saying.
Yeah, just saying. You hate the fact that the Rays are in this conversation.
You're
the one that brought this up on the text. We wouldn't even have to talk attendance
I didn't put the Rays
figures.
in there.
Oh, I know, but as soon as you bring attendance up, you're going to talk Rays.
There are some good cities that are making powerful plays for those teams, though. Portland, Raleigh. I'm trying to think who else is in the mix there. Nashville. Is Nashville making a run?
Nashville's another one.
Yeah. I mean, those are 3 solid growing markets.
But is that expansion? Like, that's the crazy thing. It's like Major League Baseball might be expanding. They're not retracting. They're expanding.
I wouldn't say they're retracting. I think those other teams have a real concern of losing those teams, those other cities, perhaps.
It's
like,
a tough
I could see
deal.
Oakland going up to Portland. I mean.
Yeah. Well, in Portland, like I said, Portland's had a run of minor league baseball, so they're used to that.
Yes.
I do believe this, and Major League Baseball has gotten smarter. As they've built these new stadiums, they have put less seats in them. They shouldn't. They should be a 30,000-seat place, all that stuff, because you're talking about 81 dates. 81 dates is a lot. So, like, that's why Jacksonville could never have 81 dates and do well in baseball.
And by the way, when you bring in smaller seats, you can charge more for them. They don't lose any money. That's what, I mean, look at the Braves Stadium. Turner Field was a huge stadium.
Yeah.
Now, Truist Park is much more intimate. And I don't know what the price of tickets are, especially higher now because they've won the World Series. But you could have probably lowered the capacity of your stadium by, let's say, 30 or 40%, maybe 30%. But guess what? You could raise your ticket price by close to 30%, and people would still pay it. So you don't lose any money by doing that, and you create a much better vibe.
I hear you. John Bachman, by the way, that is the voice of John Bachman, everybody. Action News Jax jumping up between shows on CBS 47 and Fox 30. He'll be back on at 5 o'clock, and here are the Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 studios.
Man, I'm late to the game. I heard Austin's seat is empty over here. I was going to sit there, but I was like, no, I can't do that. Yeah,
it's vacant for a
while. We're just going to leave it empty there, see what happens.
Just a little bit. Maybe he'll come back.
Yeah.
The 2 things.
Yep.
How big of a deal is today's news about the 4 seasons?
Yeah, we all listen.
Like,
depends on who you talk to, right? You keep talking to people who say, "Oh, Jacksonville, the home of renderings," right?
Well, the 4 seasons is happening. Right?
Well, by all accounts, let's put it this way: a hotel is happening, and it does appear 4 seasons is going to be the case. Some people are still skeptical on whether it will be a 4 seasons and how much that 4 seasons will actually cost. Right now, the number is at like $320 million. And there's some real questions as to whether that can stay that number. I haven't done a lot of research on that, so I don't want to speak to that, but I can tell you that's a lot of cause for discussion. How about? But it's a big deal. I'll tell you, if you haven't been down, I know, Brent, you've been down there, but anybody who's listening hasn't been in that area in, say, 6 months, it has changed a lot. Not only are they moving the roads, but, I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening. So there's a lot going on that it's, it's like that wave that's just about ready to crash. Not in a bad way, but like just, it's just like kind of building the swell. And you've got the Orlick is down there already attracting a pretty good little crowd. They don't let people on yet, but it's getting close. They're going to eventually put it in its permanent place up near where the old Buckman was, or Berkman. And then all that stuff is getting ready to be built over there by Daly's across the street.
Yeah, so we'll see.
The firehouse, by the way, the fire museum moved recently.
That was pretty wild, actually.
Very cool. And so there's a lot, I mean,
there really is a lot going on.
There's a lot going on down there, and maybe not so much that is directly impacting us right now, but there's a lot of stuff building that eventually there will be just unbelievable amount of things changing there at one time.
If you go to Nashville, and I know you were just there recently, and Shad Khan will use this terminology, we need cranes in downtown Jacksonville.
That's right.
I'm not sure we have like ton of cranes like you'll see in Nashville. Like
I think
you have
there's
a
only
lot
about,
of cranes.
Yeah.
But the idea is you're starting to see that idea, that concept of there's stuff going on in the city.
Yes.
And some of that's the performance center over on the, next to the Jags stadium. But some of that's the shipyard stuff that's going on.
And downtown. There are
general.
some buildings being rebuilt and actually being built downtown.
The new hotel right next to, what's that, Intuition Ale or something? Is that a hotel that they're building right next to the ballpark? 121 Financial. Do I have that right? Is that a hotel or is it?
Oh boy,
right near the arena, right on the corner.
I don't know the answer to that.
I'm pretty sure it's a hotel.
But down farther into town, you've got the trio, the buildings.
Yes.
That project is sort of, I don't know if it's on pause per se, but it's there's a parking deck at least under construction over there. So there's a crane there. So there is stuff in the pipeline. So the big question is how much of that stuff can we get out of the pipeline and moving?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Really, I didn't bring you up for that. I asked you to come up because I want to know more. I saw this tweet from you the other day, and I haven't asked you about it. I've seen you, but I haven't asked you about it.
That's true.
You had to go, you were golfing and then eventually had to go fishing for your phone.
Swimming.
But you went swimming for your phone.
So I was playing at St. John's Golf and Country Club. The third hole is a par 3.
Yes, it is.
With a good-sized pond along the right-hand side.
It is.
I was walking with a push cart. And
had you already hit your shot?
I had already hit my shot.
Was it in the pond?
It was in the water.
Okay.
And so I was heading in that general direction.
Yeah. I wasn't probably, knowing you and your golf game, you were probably thinking of jumping in that pond at that time.
I have a reputation of being somewhat volatile, maybe is a good word. So I wasn't happy. I was not happy. I admit I was not happy. I might or might not have made an 8 on the par 5 prior to that. So, I wasn't in a good frame of mind early in the morning. And so I did what any good person does who's trying to diffuse the situation, and I just gave my golf push cart a good hefty push. I was not trying to do anything with that push other than just push it in front of my walk so that I could, just exert some energy and then catch up to it. Well, it caught a ridge. You know that little ridge.
Oh, yeah, and you can see it.
And I watched it in slow motion.
Happening.
I watched it in slow motion. It was the whole no. And I was running and reaching for it. And I think by reaching for it, I actually made it worse because I grabbed it and it sort of jerked it. And my push cart has one of those like magnetic case holder things. You flip it up and put some stuff in the top of it.
Okay.
You put like extra golf balls or whatever you want in there, and then a magnetic thing clips it closed. But it's magnet, so it's not super strong. And my phone was in that. And so when the cart hit the water and I kind of grabbed it, I don't know if it jerked or what, but the cart went upside down and the phone flew out of the thing and it was in the water. And I didn't take shoes off. I didn't do anything. I just walked straight into the thing looking. This was my phone, folks. Like, I mean, work phone, personal phone. Everything is on this phone. And so I am in waist-deep water, but now I'm like on all fours. So my shirt's drenched. My shorts are drenched. My shoes are on, and I am feeling, and there's a lot of grass, there's golf balls, mud. Thank goodness there weren't other things crawling around in there.
Find any Pro V1s?
Never even went, yeah, actually I did. And but I was, no phone. I couldn't find the phone.
You couldn't find it.
I was in there for solid 5 to 6 minutes, and at some point, my brain started to work again, and I was like, this is stupid. What are you doing? Get out of the water. It's gone. Your phone is gone. So I get out of the water. I am drenched head to toe. My bag is soaking wet. And I had to make the walk of shame from hole number 3 back to the house because I was done. Like I couldn't keep playing golf. Everything was wet. So I walked back, squishing and squashing in my shoes, past neighbors who were like, what is going on?
What happened to Bachman?
I have no phone. It was not a good start to the day.
That was a bad.
And my buddy Andy
was the least of your concerns.
Right. And so my buddy Andy, who was playing with me, I felt bad because we were just the two of us playing. Yeah. I'm like, dude, I have to go. I lost my phone. I got to figure out what I'm going to do. I have no phone, and I'm wet, and it's not good. So I walk home. I had already made a call to the wife because her number was the only one. Are we running long? Are we
he's got music
breaks?
on, but I'm just trying to tell him Bachman can't hear the music.
I can't hear the music. You guys just have to wait another minute, and I'll be done. Case, hang tight. So I get home. Anyway, long story short, an hour and a half later, my buddy Andy, God bless him, he played 9 holes. He was only going to play 9. Goes back, gets a rake, goes back to the hole, and rakes along the bottom and finds there was a concrete culvert there. You'd probably seen that culvert. Yeah. It was, folks at home can't see it, but it was vertical, resting right up against the concrete. There was no way, I would never have in all my life found it. But he raked it out of there, and he comes back to my house, just rings the doorbell, and I'm like, what? He's got the rake in his hand. And I go, Andy, what are you doing? He goes up, I found your phone, and it still worked.
That's
like,
awesome.
It was fine.
They are waterproof.
This is an older iPhone. And but the case, I don't want to give a cheap plug, but the case. Somebody tweet me and I'll tell you what kind of case because it was airtight.
Is it OtterBox?
OtterBox.
Pretty good.
Hour and a half underwater, not a glitch on my phone.
That's awesome. Such a great story.
Unbelievable.
By the way, you didn't even get to shoot 50 because you quit after 2.5 holes.
It was beautiful. Saved me a good round or a bad round.
We'll see you on CBS 47 and Fox 30 at 5. Thanks for stopping by, John Bachman. We'll be right back. Talk some Iceman next.
What's up? This is Brian, and if you haven't checked out Action Sports Jax Overtime yet, starting at 6 p.m., you're missing out on moments just like this.
The Jags not drafting Kayvon Thibodeau will be the worst mistake this franchise has ever made, in my opinion. This guy is a game wrecker. This guy is going to be a problem for a long time in this league. Travon Walker, the best we can hope for is he'll be the same. But I think Kayvon Thibodeau's the best player in the draft. I think every team that passes on him is making a mistake. The way I see it, this is the best player in the draft with the highest ceiling, and I think the Jags are making a mistake by not picking this man.
Now is the time to get an estimate on replacement windows. American Window Products of Jacksonville is a high-volume dealer offering a huge selection of products to keep your costs low. New windows from American Window Products can lower your energy costs and increase your curb appeal and security, all without breaking the bank. Call American Window Products for a free estimate at 904-667-0873 or visit AmericanWindowProducts.com.
Walk into 904 Chiropractic and Injury Center, and it doesn't feel like you're going to the doctors. Beautiful artwork of Jacksonville on the south side location, a laid-back atmosphere, and Rep Butler and his staff are really fun to talk to, and they are there to help you out. First-time appointments and adjustments, just $39 and maybe less pending your insurance. 904 Chiropractic and Injury Center. 3 locations, south side, St. Augustine, and the west side. Look them up at 904chiro.com. 3 locations, 904chiro.com. ShadyRays.com.
Let me ask you something. Are you tired of hearing no? It's kind of a bummer, right? Nobody likes to hear no. So let me ask the obvious. Are you ready to hear yes? Then you better get to Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned today. Yes, Arlington has 400 pre-owned on the lot and ready to test drive. Yes, Arlington has all makes and models. Yes, Arlington will help you get financed. Plus, Arlington's 30-day exchange program comes with your purchase. One last question. Are you going to find the vehicle you really want? Yes. Just shop arlingtontoyota.com today.
This is Paul Gray, founder of Gray Matter Distillery, inviting you to check out the new home of Jacksonville's first craft distillery in beautiful Atlantic Beach. Since 2014, we have been the proud distillers of such iconic local spirits as Carr Vodka and Live Oak Whiskey. In our new distillery, you can enjoy one of our handcrafted cocktails made using only the freshest ingredients for only $8 a drink. Enjoy cocktails, sample small batches of vodka or whiskey, or take a bottle home. Pick up your very own Gray Matter Distillery shot glass for free when you mention this ad. Come see us this weekend, and remember to please drink responsibly.
I was advised by the guys on the show that I needed more swag. They didn't like my gas station sunglasses, and I'm not spending hundreds of dollars on sunglasses. Then I found Shady Rays. Fit, style, and performance without the big brand price tag and plenty of swag. How about this? If you lose or break your pair of Shady Rays, they send you a brand new pair. No worries on the golf course, fishing, or even on the beach. Every set of sunglasses bought means 10 meals to fight hunger in America as well. Make an impact with your purchase. Go to ShadyRays.com right now. Use the code BRENT for 50% off 2 or more pair of Shady Rays sunglasses. It's where I take my family to play golf, and you can take yours as well. The Golf Club at Southampton. It's the home of the Action Sports Jax Dream 18, and it can be your golf destination. Enjoy your golf experience by calling 287-PLAY, 287-PLAY. Play some golf, or maybe practice some golf at one of the newest facilities in the area. Grab some lunch or dinner, too. Southampton has it all. 287-PLAY for tee times and more. The Golf Club at Southampton, the home of the Dream 18. My home course. Make it your home course, too.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dell Technologies wants to celebrate all your hard work with these Small Business Month specials. Get great value offers on powerful laptops, desktops, and servers with Windows 11 Pro starting at $499, plus top monitors and docks, all with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. It's the perfect time to upgrade so you and your team can stay secure from anywhere. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL to refresh your business tech with these Small Business Month specials. Dell recommends Windows 11 Pro for business.
Broken bricks, falling fences, damaged doors. Gorilla Glue, of course. Gorilla Glue is incredibly strong, 100% waterproof, and bonds virtually everything. Gorilla Glue, for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
The first Saturday in May, you're invited to the Run for the Roses. When the hats go on, all bets are off. The Kentucky Derby, tomorrow, 2:30 Eastern on NBC and Peacock.
What's up? It's Casey. Check out our brand new show, The Dream 18 Show, sponsored by Florida Georgia Windows and Doors, right here on ESPN 690 on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. If you like golf, you're going to like this show. The Dream 18 Show, Wednesdays at 2 p.m.
Welcome back, Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. Brent Martineau, Casey Kurtz, John Bachman stopping by and talking about a phone in the pond and a bad golf day. That turned out good because he found his phone. Now let's go back down to Southwest Florida. Twice in the show. Ponte Vedra Sharks, we talked about a state championship game. Now we are joined by Alex Reed with the Jacksonville Iceman. Not playing tonight. He's talking about the Iceman instead. And the Iceman going into the second round of the ECHL playoffs against the Florida Everblades. Games 1 and 2 on the road, 3 and 4 back here in Jacksonville. Wait a minute. Alex, you couldn't get every series to have 4 straight games to start it in Jacksonville?
Yeah. I was wondering what's going on here. Something's not right, but you're right. This is the first time we've been on the road in quite some time, Brent. And had the Florida-Greenville series gone the other way, we would have hosted games 1 and 2, so we would have had at least 6 straight at home. So that would have been something.
What's this series can be really chippy, right? Like the regular season stuff gets pretty chippy. You guys both play each other so much. The Everblades have been one of the class teams of the ECHL. What's this series look like on paper as you get set to call it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very tight. When you look at the regular season record, we had success against the Everblades. We had a 7-2-1 record against Florida during the regular season, but 6 of those games were decided in overtime or a shootout. So it was a lot closer than maybe the record would indicate. And I would expect much more to be the same here once the playoffs come around. I mean, obviously, this being a playoff series, this series just it's going to be tight checking. Obviously, both teams are very sound defensively, and I think they're going to keep it very close. I wouldn't be surprised to see several overtime games here in this series ahead. But you also nailed it, too. It's going to be physical. There's not a lot of love between the two teams, and that's something that's really developed here really since the Iceman joined the league, as the Everblades have kind of been that class of the division. They're a perennial powerhouse, and now the Iceman certainly have been on the rise here, and they've got an opportunity right here to try to knock the Blades off the top.
Hey, do you think after wrapping up 4 in a row last week, I think that was on Thursday night, you get a week layoff? Is that good or bad? Does it hurt some momentum? I mean, I guess you don't know until they take the ice tonight, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just always one of those things that people debate. You take care of business. Is it better to wait and rest up, or just keep the momentum going? So I know that talking with Nick Luco, our head coach, he was very satisfied with the way the team's practiced since they wrapped up the series with Atlanta. Said guys were flying out there. They were snapping the pucks on their passes and their shots. So, he didn't feel as if there was any lull or maybe just guys being too comfortable. He really thought that they brought a good week of practice. So there's all kinds of trains of thought on it. Obviously, we're going to be well rested, so there'll be no excuses there. The guys' bodies have had a chance to recover. And, Florida had to play a little bit more hockey, so they had to play 6 games to finish their series. They wrapped that up on Monday. So I guess it's all said and done. Everyone's going to try to bring what they've got to the table here with the stakes so much higher.
What did the Icemen do so well against Atlanta? And from a style standpoint, is this a lot different? I know one thing we talked about with you guys leading into that Atlanta series was their experience. Well, it didn't seem to matter. You guys got some pretty good experience under your belt in 4 games and got the W's each time. How different from a stylistic standpoint will this be?
Yeah, I think very similar, too. I mean, you've got a team with the Everblades who are, again, another veteran team, lots of veterans on their club, and a lot more experience from a playoff perspective than the Icemen. But I think you're right. I think getting that opportunity against Atlanta to go up against an older team, I think, if you look at the 3 third periods of games, I should say the games 2, 3, and 4 of that Atlanta series, Atlanta, I mean, they gave us everything that we could ask for. I mean, they gave everything they had. And you saw some mistakes, I think, by our team at times. They were able to rally back and force that one game to overtime. But we kind of felt like we were on our heels there in games 3 and 4 in that third period. And I think that's where that experience and that youth kind of kicked in. But then in the deciding game in game 4, it was like our guys kind of matured. You could see they were still on the attack. They were outshot 17-3 in that third period. But they were taking that extra moment to make the right pass, not turning over the puck as much. They seemed a little bit more poised. And I think everybody, including the coaching staff, agreed with that, okay, now they've got about 3 or 4 games under their belt under high-pressure situations. The young guys responded well. So, this is a matchup I think, both teams have thought was going to eventually happen, and it is. It's going to be a little bit of an experienced team versus a younger one. There's no doubt about that. But I think the team took some big leaps into gaining that playoff experience there in the last couple of games with Atlanta.
I don't know if you heard this or know this, or maybe you do, but we had Ponte Vedra Sharks lacrosse team on, and they're down there playing for a state championship tomorrow. They're going the Iceman game tonight, so there'll be 50 or so Jacksonville Iceman fans down there at the arena.
That is fantastic. Yeah, that's great to have a big group in our corner there. I know there's a handful of other fans that have been posting on social media and messaging the team saying that they're making the trip down. So I know I'm curious, and the team's going to be curious to see how many people actually make the trek down. So that's great to hear. There's a big group already in place here. So this is it's going to be so much fun in the series, and we can't wait for it to shift back to Jacksonville next week.
Yeah, we can't either. Good luck tonight and tomorrow down there against the Florida Everblades. Alex Reed, Jacksonville Iceman get going in round 2 of the ECHL playoffs. All right, man, we'll talk to you next week.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it as always.
You bet. Jacksonville Iceman in action just added another something on the local front. I love the fact that the Ponte Vedra Sharks are going down there and checking that out. That's very cool stuff. Well, they're not going down. They're already down there. So team bonding, something to do 24 hours before their state title game. Part of the experience of the weekend for the Sharks is, well, check out an Iceman and Everblades game. Game 1 of the next round of the ECHL playoffs, the Iceman and Everblades. We'll take a break. Football at 5, just around the corner, heading into a weekend. Don't forget about Mom this Sunday, Mother's Day. And so happy Mother's Day to everyone. But take care of your mama this weekend for sure. We'll be back on Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690.
If you're involved in a legal dispute, call me, Glenn Levine, a board-certified civil trial lawyer at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000, and take back control of your life.
Office in Jacksonville.
This year, CGC Water Treatment is celebrating 75 years in business. Put their experience to work for you, like my family did. Discover how good your water can be with a new Connecticut softener and drinking water system. Connecticut's twin tank, non-electric softeners are the most efficient softeners available, and their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. That's clean water. If you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Call today and save hundreds on a new Connecticut system. Financing available with approved credit. And because the professionals at CGC Water are committed to being your go-to water experts, you can trust their master plumber with all your plumbing needs as well. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. I'm a proud customer of many years of CGC Water Treatment, and they are proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars. CGC Water Treatment, your local independent Connecticut dealer.
Do you suffer from numbness, tingling, burning, or cramping in your feet or hands? You're not alone. Over 20 million people suffer from these symptoms and don't know where to turn. If this sounds like you may have peripheral neuropathy. According to the Mayo Clinic, neuropathy can lead to toe, foot, and leg amputation. Thankfully, there is a new treatment option that doesn't involve masking your pain with drugs. Come to Neva Health for a complimentary nerve damage screening and discover the latest treatment options for your numb, tingling, or painful feet and hands. Finally, you have a choice besides taking drugs or living with your pain and numbness. Whether you've suffered for years or just started feeling a little numbness or pain, you owe it to yourself to get this life-changing information. Appointments are limited. Call now to schedule your complimentary nerve damage screening. Call 904-944-7461. That's 904-944-7461.
Visit your First Coast Acura dealers for jaw-dropping deals on new and pre-owned Acura models. Get insanely low lease payments and huge financing deals on award-winning luxury sedans and SUVs. Now's the time. Shop FirstCoastAcuraDealers.com.
Hey, Mike, what are you doing way up on that ladder? You're going to hurt yourself.
Oh, I'm trying to unclog these gutters.
That's smart. I had water damage from my gutters last year. It cost me $10,000.
Wait, $10,000?
Yeah, and from over here, it looks like water's been pouring over your clogged gutters, and it's probably doing real damage to your foundation. You need to do what I did. Get off the ladder and call Leaf Filter.
Yeah, but I need to get these gutters flowing now.
That's why you need to call Leaf Filter. They'll clean and realign your gutters and install their exclusive micro mesh screen system so nothing gets in your gutters except water.
So Leaf Filter protects my house from damage and means no more gutter cleaning for me?
Bingo! Plus, Leaf Filter has an industry-leading lifetime warranty, so your gutters are covered for life.
Thanks, Frank. I'm calling Leaf Filter today.
Don't go another day with your home unprotected. Call 1-844-300-LEAF or go to tryleaffilter.com for your free gutter inspection. Call 1-844-300-LEAF or go to tryleaffilter.com right now for an extra 15% savings. Call 1-844-300-LEAF or go to tryleaffilter.com. That's 1-844-300-LEAF.
Hustle up, we've got 8 more floors to go before lunch.
Sarusha's window washing business is reaching new heights.
Wipe, and let's roll.
They need more certified cleaners to keep online reviews crystal clear.
Team, I know we're hustling, but watch for streaks. Candace, can you give me a hand over here?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
O'Reilly.
If you're
vehicle squeals or grinds when you slow down or just isn't stopping like it used to, you may need new brake rotors and pads. Now through May 24th at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get 15% off a set of Brake Best Select or Import Direct brake pads and 2 rotors. Restore safe braking and save money now at O'Reilly Auto Parts or order online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
Hey, if you're like me, you've watched the housing market boom in Northeast Florida. Makes you think about taking advantage of that market if you're selling. What if you could sell your home and just skip the hard parts? That'd be nice. Well, you can at opendoor.com. We have changed how we do a lot of things around here and in our life each and every day. Well, this is the new way to sell your home. Just go to opendoor.com. I went to the website. You answer 2 or 3 minutes of questions, and they'll send you an offer if you're eligible. If you're moving next month, if you're moving next year, or if you're just even thinking about it, try opendoor.com. It's easy. Skip the hassles and hurdles of listings, showings, and potential obstacles along the way. Just sell it to Open Door at opendoor.com. Hundreds of thousands of homeowners are requesting offers. You can too. Sell your home and skip the hard parts. Get your free offer at opendoor.com/myoffer. Offer eligibility varies. Open Door is represented by Open Door Brokerage Incorporated, license 0206-1130 in California, and Open Door Brokerage LLC in its other markets.
Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. Brian Middleton joins the fold. Brent Martineau, obviously, you just heard him. Casey Kurtz rocking with you on a Friday. We got some things we usually do on OT. We're going to do them on the regular show because Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp Baseball coming up at 6 o'clock. Doubleheader after the rain out in Memphis last night. So we'll take you there at 6 o'clock. Right now we got more to do, though. Football at 5. But first, Brian Middleton, what up with you, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Thriving, surviving.
So what is this? Action Sports Jacks meets Action Sports Jacks OT?
Pretty much. Yeah, it's a little combination, dual threat type situation. I need Brian Middleton to bring that energy, though.
It's like regulation time.
Yeah, it's regulation.
Don't tease me, man. I got a list right now.
You got a list?
A list?
Yeah, you guys been kind of, I told you before we came into the actual block, you guys are wilding a little bit.
What you got?
Granted, I wasn't paying close attention to the stream.
Don't say that.
I was watching, but I was doing some other things to get ready to come out here. But I popped onto the stream, and it sounded like you guys were talking about Mother's Day, but all I heard you say was, Brent, you hate dogs. And I was like, that's a terrible way to grow the brand. I'm telling you right now, that's a terrible way to grow the brand. So I would like some clarity on that to start off.
Brent's anti-dog, doesn't like them, doesn't have them, and he thinks it's wrong that if I were to get Amanda a Mother's Day card for being a dog mom. He doesn't approve.
Come on now.
Okay.
Brian Middleton.
Okay.
Here's
I
the
didn't
deal.
know the context. Yeah.
So obviously Casey and Amanda don't have kids. There's a lot of folks out there that don't have kids.
Facts.
God bless you if you don't have kids. Good for you. But instead, you probably have a dog.
Yes.
And therefore, there are some of you that get carried away with the dog stuff as parents of the dog. That's just the nature of it.
Right.
I've seen it. I see social media. That's cool. Like, I don't have a dog. I have kids. We get carried away with the kids. You get carried away with the dogs. Not you, but some. But you really don't have to get your wife something for Mother's Day if she's the parent of your dog, is my point. Like, is that really a thing? Like, I've never owned a dog. So is that a thing?
Well, I mean, she does a lot for the dog. Just speaking for Amanda, she said she had to take the dog out 6 times a day and give her a bath because she got in the mud. Because you see, our dog plays us like a fiddle, right? So she understands that every time she goes out, she gets a treat. Because when we first got her, she wouldn't go out. And she just went on the floor in our apartment, which was not good because we didn't own the apartment, but we didn't have to pay no fees. So that was cool. But so anyway, she knows anytime she goes out, she gets a treat. So now we have this pool outside, like an inflatable dog pool with balls in it because she loves balls. She's a lab, so she chases tennis balls and stuff. So now she wants to go out and play with the pool, but she pretends like she has to go to the bathroom to get outside. You see?
I got you.
Yeah. So dogs are smart creatures. So anyway, what I'm getting at.
Dogs are awesome.
See, I don't believe you though.
No, listen, I you guys try to say I'm a dog hater. I don't hate dogs.
Anti-dog.
I say I wouldn't be a good dog owner, so I don't have a dog.
I do agree with that.
So, like, I know this. Like, I'm not a great dog owner. That doesn't mean I'd beat the dog. It just means, I wouldn't.
Whoa.
Like, why did you have to go there? Nobody said that.
This is an unnecessary fight, Brent. You're winning out here, man.
Well, I'm just telling you.
Sponsors
Like,
start listening to get a little itchy out here. It's 2022, man.
I'm just telling you, like, I don't feel like I would nurture the dog.
I'm with you.
As much as I should.
I just,
and it wouldn't be around as much. Always on the road or
You
whatever.
definitely would not
That's
be around
right.
as much, yeah.
And by the way, I have an easy out in my house, and I know there are, like, what do they call that? Like hypoallergenic dogs or something like that. But everybody's allergic to dogs in my house.
That's what they say.
So, but like Steph is allergic to dogs, but had, what do they call like a wiener dog, but it's not really a wiener dog. What is it? Dachshund.
Oh, those are cool, sort of.
Yeah.
Like they're.
So they like dachshunds. So they had dachshunds, right? Because from the allergy standpoint.
Okay.
So
get a dachshund.
So we get a pass because everybody's allergic, number one. And then secondly, I'm like, I know we won't be like great dog people. So we don't have dogs.
So what about in 2 years when you have no kids anymore?
No, I won't have a dog.
Okay.
And like, here's the other problem with the dog. If I were to get a dog, I would like to get like an Alaskan Husky.
I wanted a Husky for a long time.
Right?
Yeah.
And so 3 problems. 1, everybody in my house is allergic.
You keep
2,
going back to that well.
I'm not sure how Alaskan Huskies do in Florida. I've seen some around, but it's got to be damn hot for them.
Well, ask Liv, right?
And 3, I ain't cleaning up all that shedding in my house.
Oh,
forever.
the shedding.
Boy,
Okay.
I tell you what.
I thought the same
I
thing.
tell you what.
I didn't know where he was going.
I looked over at the yellow button. I got to be real with you for a second. Oh, boy.
I said shedding.
I know what you said, yeah. It just,
I don't know what you're talking about.
It
didn't start promising. I hear you because I looked at the button and I'm not even in the room. I'm like, oh, this is bad.
So anyway, that's that's my dog story. But I don't understand like this Mother's Day dog thing. Like, I don't really think that's a real thing. Like, if you don't get something for Amanda, I don't think she cares.
Hey, man.
Brent, listen, man. I think I'm actually with you on 95% of the things that you just said. I just feel like there's no need. There was no need for that. That's unnecessary, like putting yourself out there. Because somebody's going to get mad about that. You're going to get a strongly worded email, something in the stream, or maybe something on Twitter. Yeah, you never know with those kind of things. Because dogs, they got a strong front. They got a strong union, a strong backing out here.
Listen, we keep it real. Like, this is genuine. This is real talk, all right? I'm not going to hide from this. Like, I think it's dumb if you're getting your wife something for Mother's Day because of your dog. Like, it's
man.
I mean, I keep it real. Listen, I got.
You want another shovel?
I got
Brent?
stuff on for showing Ty striking out the other day. Some guy said, "We keep it real, man. Sometimes you get hit, sometimes you strike out."
I do respect that you post in the clips like the one last night.
Yeah, sometimes you get walked off, sometimes you walk them off. There you go. I mean, let's just keep it real, people.
By the way, Amanda has a poll up. She's pumping the show. We have a topic on ESPN 690 Jax. Okay, I guess she's helping produce. Mother's Day is Sunday. Do dog moms count? 50% yeah, 50% nah. So you can go vote on that if you want at Amanda Kurtz.
By the way, Delphonic, can't wait for the latest artwork on this topic. Says, Casey, will you have birthday parties for your dog?
Yeah, we did.
This is the newlywed game right here.
No, we did.
Because Amanda jumped in and said, Del, we do birthday parties too. And by the way, Amanda, I like that you call him Del.
Yeah, they know each other like that, I guess. I don't know what that is. Check
that out.
By the way, have you seen what Delphonic did to me in a secret?
I did see that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That
I haven't retweeted it yet, but that's so well done.
I haven't either.
What's a dog birthday party?
Yeah,
now I feel like I'm about to be the next Brent.
No, so they sell like if you go to the pet supermarket. We talked about it yesterday by Epic Burger. There's like that pet supermarket there.
Right, yeah.
So they sell little dog like cakes and cookies with like frosting on them, and they're dog safe. They're like dog treats. So we get her those. And then she likes tennis balls, so we like put them in like a bag or a box, and she'll like rip it open and get it.
I think like that's cool. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I'm okay with that, Middleton.
Just not the gift for Amanda. The gift for Blue, you're good with, but Amanda, okay, I got you.
Yeah, like
I got you.
Listen,
Brent.
I like Amanda a lot more than Casey.
Sure?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, a lot more than Casey, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I don't even really know Amanda well.
Not really,
but I feel like I do, and I like her a lot. But if she was complaining on Monday because she didn't get something for Mother's Day because of the dog, I wouldn't feel bad for her.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to complain, really. But apparently I got her something last year.
Well,
that's what
cool,
she told
though.
me.
Now, listen, that's just extra nice.
I think it's
That's
just good
I'm just telling
husband
you,
stuff.
you don't have to do it.
Yeah, well, I appreciate
Like,
that.
it's not a have to. You'll find that out over time.
That's fair, but I'm still.
You're just still kind of in the scared to mess up phase.
Oh, happy 2-month anniversary, Amanda.
Wow. Hey,
2 months.
By the way, might want to get her something for that while we're at it.
Yeah, I'll just come home with a bunch of gifts and flowers and things and anything I can think of.
Hey guys, one more thing. I'm sorry, Casey. One more thing. Actually, I had a bunch of things on my list, but I know you got to get to actual sport topics.
Maybe not.
And I'm
It's
choosing
Friday, man.
I'm choosing between Casey doubling down on Cinco de Mayo that he hates Mexican food or the women's deodorant.
Yeah.
I came back in on the stream again, and I feel like I caught somebody saying that they wear women's deodorant.
That was me.
And if that's what you do, that's cool, but that feels that's a bit off. Can I get some context about, is it secret? What started that? Okay.
That's what's so fantastic about the thing Delphonic made, because we didn't put that out. I didn't put that information in the street. And he made my face on a secret ad. And yeah, I wear secret deodorant that's women's because it smells better. Like, I'm not ashamed of it. And it all came up because Brent. Don't do that. Brent has been wearing his wife's deodorant all week, didn't even tell her. So, first of all, let's red flag that, one. But two, he's been doing it all week, and he asked me if it was okay. And then I told him, yeah, it's okay.
I ran
do it every
out,
day.
so I was like, is either stink or smell like powder.
Or the third option that I can't understand why you didn't get from is go get ties.
Yeah, I know.
Like, that makes the most sense.
To be honest with you, I think I'd rather wear my wife's deodorant than go grab ties. Some little scrubby teenage boy.
There's no telling.
There's no telling.
Yeah,
that's
no
fair.
telling.
Anyway, so that's how we got on deodorant, by the way.
Okay.
But
you want to jump in on that?
Yeah, you got something to tell us?
You wear
I
women's
don't
deodorant
want to
too?
disrespect anybody in the room. Brent
Can you
makes
imagine
7 figures, and I don't know why he's scrounging for a deodorant, but that's
Well, I
cool.
just
Though
haven't gone to
millionaires
the
move.
store.
That's how
Really.
millionaires move, man. They're cheap. That's what I hear. And respect to you, frugal.
Yeah, I haven't gone to the store really.
Casey, I got to be real with you, man. I learn something new about you probably every day.
Yep.
Sometimes it's unfortunate. I'm not saying that this is it, but I'm just saying I just learned something new about you every day.
It smells good.
I'm sure that yeah. Okay. I got one more thing. I promise. I got one more thing. The reason why baseball attendance is so low in the Major League Baseball, I know you guys are kind of talking about that, and I'm probably, as a casual observer, I'm probably going to sound really wrong to you guys, but I'm the kind of person that Major League Baseball really needs to be going for. It's because it's dry and it's boring, especially in April and May, in June, July. Like, me and Casey did a segment where I talked about Alex Rodriguez doing the commissioner for a day thing and kind of adjusting some things with the strike zone. I mean, what he said about that. And I was like, you know what? That's what baseball needs. Like a lot of 10 to 15, like 15-run games. I don't care how you space it out. It could be 10-5. It could be 11-4. It could be 15-0, even though that'd be a little bit boring. I'd probably change the channel anyway. But you would get more people in. If you could get people like consistently hitting home runs in the 60s and 70s and 80s, which would be record-breaking, I know, like that would grab the casual observer's attention. I'm just saying.
All right, when you said people like me, I didn't know if we were talking about black or white thing here.
He's not scared. Like, I wouldn't have said that. He's not scared. Though.
I respect it. I like it. I mean the casual observer.
Okay.
You know?
So you just need a little more energy
infused.
infused.
And probably...
you need a little more excitement infused and more black people playing baseball. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, honestly, man. And you know, one thing that's I think is a bigger issue is this. I didn't even really realize the difference in money. Let me just say it like this. As kids growing up, you don't think about that too often, right? You see an athlete, professional athlete, you just think millionaire, the biggest contracts, because that's usually who you see on the commercials. But to a person, if you want to play a sport and you want to get to the top end of it, the actual professional league of it, and you want to make the most money, I would tell kids, look, man, focus on baseball.
Absolutely.
It's a longer, road talking about the minors as opposed to if you're like one of the guys who can get drafted into the NFL or the NBA, it's a shorter road. But those NFL contracts, they ain't guaranteed. Major League Baseball, they got it summed up. The players got some strength. I know they had a bit of a lockout or whatever was going on right before the season started.
Right.
But those contracts are a lot better. The money's a lot better. I think that would do a lot just kind of understanding that one aspect and kind of just piquing the interest just a little bit more. But I could be wrong.
Well, listen, like I think they're doing a lot for the younger generation, the millennials, whether it's robo-umps, whether it's speed everything up. I'm a big believer. If you really want to do all that stuff, just make them 7-inning games if you want to make it faster for today's society. Like, why go 500 different rules and change the integrity of the game when you can just do one? You're going to change the integrity of the game either way. Just make them shorter games. Like, that might be easier. But then you bring up this is always a conversation. It's a fascinating conversation. There are a myriad of reasons why the African-American community isn't as involved in baseball as much as it used to be, or it needs to be. And see, I will say this. I'm a little bit ignorant on the baseball side of this in my years before we started talking about it so much, because I feel like baseball is so global, and there are a lot of minorities in baseball, right? There are not necessarily a lot of African-American in baseball. And so it's like there's a difference, but like to me, it's a global game. Like, it's a diverse game. From Shohei Ohtani to Mike Trout to Jose Altuve to, you name it, right? But I do wonder, like, we've already gone over the reasons why, the this, the that. I think some of it may be culture and what's cool, what's not cool, what's fast, what's not fast, what your dad's watching, whatever. Expense now in travel ball and those things. But it almost gets to the point, I thought of this just as Brian was talking about it. Do we get to a stage where there's a player that can do something for the African-American baseball community like Tiger Woods did for the golf community? There's a little bit of a difference there because there are not a lot of pre-Tiger Woods African-American or minority golfers. Now, we have more and more, and the game is global and diverse, and I mean, it's still pretty white-dominated, if we're being honest, but there's a lot more diversity in the game, and Tiger Woods helped that out so much. So I wonder if we do get to a point where there is a star that can transform and transcend and reach the African-American community the way, I mean, in such a different way Jackie Robinson inspired, right? Again, we have like really good African-American players in Major League Baseball. We have good African-American players in collegiate baseball and high school baseball and youth baseball and all. But I'm just wondering, does it take one that's just so special that helps transcend the sport, help globalize it even more, in neighborhoods even more, in communities even more right now? I don't know. I don't know if there can be that one person in that has that kind of impact in the sport of baseball, and we just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, no, it's a good call. I think, I mean, Brian would probably be better off answering this, but it makes sense what you're saying. But to your point, Tiger was the first and became the one, I guess you can say. But you got to start somewhere, right, Brian?
No, absolutely. I mean, hey, the person who comes along who can kind of sway that momentum that way, because, Brent, I do agree with you. There's probably a lot of African-American, kids who are really good, especially when you start talking about the junior high school, and even in the college ranks. The problem is, and it's not really a problem, like I appreciate the kids that play multiple sports while they're in, especially like high school, and they don't necessarily specialize. No knock on them if they do. They just want to focus on that one sport. They may have their reasons for that. But if they play baseball and then, football and also maybe squeeze in basketball when they can get in there, like I think that rounds them out better. But I do think the issue is they like baseball. I just don't think they I think you used the word cool, or, it's not as exciting as maybe football or basketball. I would argue those two are probably the predominant sports in my community that we would, I don't say consider cool, but more exciting.
Yeah, gravitate to more. Yeah.
But I got to tell you, man, if I ever actually find somebody who wants to procreate with me and I get some kids, I'm telling you right now, soccer, tennis, and baseball. You could play these other sports in high school, but I'm telling you right now, man. Yeah, tennis.
Are they making bank like that?
Oh, yeah. Tennis players make big bucks.
Don't do it.
I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
By the way, Lido, I think, said last African-American star that transcended MLB was Ken Griffey Jr. it's a great call. He was really a cool factor. Yeah, I think you're right. What I don't know, because during that time especially, I'm at a different age, and I don't know how impactful to the African-American community specifically. I think he was cool for baseball.
True.
You know what I mean?
I bought his shoes.
But he might be. Like I thought Ken Griffey Jr. was cool. So maybe that is transcending it to
everybody. Yeah.
Buddy. And I mean, that is good. Maybe Shohei Ohtani can do that to some degree.
No,
right
absolutely.
now. You know?
Absolutely. 100%. But no, I like where you went with that.
Maurice Jones-Drew, by the way, always said, I'll have my kids go play baseball. He always told me that. It's like, I should really make my kids go play baseball because they're guaranteed contracts.
Fully guaranteed. Tell you what. But anyway, that was Football at 5 with some football stuff. Did you buy just
Friday, man?
Real quick, did you see Tom Brady on TikTok?
I saw it, but I didn't hear it.
Okay, so the Middleton, I know you saw it. You're on TikTok all the time. You literally live there. I
reposted it.
Yeah, see, I knew you would. So Bieber was like, I'm going to start a new trend, say something that's true. And Brady said Tuck Roll might have been a fumble.
Good. I'll address that in a minute because I think that's old news.
Okay.
But did I miss something or misinterpret? Or is now TikTok just make it more real news? I'm not sure. We'll be back. Football at 5. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690.
Now, your chance to win $1,000 with the ESPN 690 payroll payout.
Text the word trip to the number 70123 before 15 past the hour. That's TRIP.
Your next chance to win $1,000 is coming Monday at 8 a.m. This is a nationwide contest. Message and data rates apply. Get the complete rules now at ESPN690.com.
Now, the first alert forecast on ESPN 690.
A severe thunderstorm watch for Duval, Nassau, and Baker County this evening as showers and thunderstorms develop and spread from west to east. A few downpours and a couple of strong storms as temperatures drop into the 60s. Clearing skies for your Saturday and breezy. Still reach the upper 80s in the afternoon. Cooler by Mother's Day. From the CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beards Diamonds.
Beards Diamonds cuts out the middleman, so you are getting tremendous value.
Do you suffer from numbness, tingling, burning, or cramping in your feet or hands? You're not alone. Over 20 million people suffer from these symptoms and don't know where to turn. If this sounds like you may have peripheral neuropathy. According to the Mayo Clinic, neuropathy can lead to toe, foot, and leg amputation. Thankfully, there is a new treatment option that doesn't involve masking your pain with drugs. Come to Neva Health for a complimentary nerve damage screening and discover the latest treatment options for your numb, tingling, or painful feet and hands. Finally, you have a choice besides taking drugs or living with your pain and numbness. Whether you've suffered for years or just started feeling a little numbness or pain, you owe it to yourself to get this life-changing information. Appointments are limited. Call now to schedule your complimentary nerve damage screening. Call 904-944-7461. That's 904-944-7461.
Men, did you know that over half of all males suffer from ED or PE?
Ladies, your man should talk to the specialists at Prime Men's Medical Center.
If Viagra, Cialis, or Levitra have let you down,
Men are now lasting 30, 60, 90 minutes or longer, and it's affordable.
for a private consultation at Prime Men's Medical Center, call 904-664-8217.
See results on your first visit, guaranteed, or pay nothing.
Call 904-664-8217.
Anywhere fans go to cheer on their team, there are behind-the-scenes MVPs ensuring everything is game day ready. We see you, Joe, fixing seats so every fan can enjoy every game. And Allie, who keeps her stadium running smoothly from the moment the first game starts to the last play of the season. At Grainger, you're our MVPs, and we're always here for you with supplies and solutions for every industry and 24/7 customer support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Broken bricks, falling fences, damaged doors. Gorilla Glue, of course. Gorilla Glue is incredibly strong, 100% waterproof, and bonds virtually everything. Gorilla Glue, for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
The first Saturday in May, you're invited to the Run for the Roses. When the hats go on, all bets are off. The Kentucky Derby, tomorrow, 2:30 Eastern on NBC and Peacock.
Hustle up. We've got 8 more floors to go before lunch.
Sarusha's window washing business is reaching new heights.
Wipe, and let's roll.
They need more certified cleaners to keep online reviews crystal clear.
Team, I know we're hustling, but watch for streaks. Candace, can you give me a hand over here?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
O'Reilly.
If your vehicle squeals or grinds when you slow down or just isn't stopping like it used to, you may need new brake rotors and pads. Now through May 24th at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get 15% off a set of Brake Best Select or Import Direct brake pads and 2 rotors. Restore safe braking and save money now at O'Reilly Auto Parts or order online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Don't strike out again this Mother's Day. Knock it out of the park with a $500 gift certificate to Beard's Diamonds. It's up for grabs right now on ESPN690.com on the contest page. Beard's Diamonds, see the difference, save thousands. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. We roll along on a Friday, and we don't do rejoiners on OT, so we're not doing them the last 2 segments right here on Action Sports Jacks.
OT's coming up. LT's not coming up today.
It's not.
We had doubleheader shrimp.
Doubleheader shrimp. Yeah.
7-inning games? No, or do they go back to the 9? No, it's got to be 7 in minor league.
Unconfirmed, to be honest with you, but what we do know is Game 1, Max Meyer and Matt Liberatore, 2 of the top prospects in baseball.
Max Meyer is awesome.
Max Meyer is awesome. Yeah, so that'll be a good one. Brian Middleton on the 1s and 2s. Brad Martineau, Casey Kurtz, the squad rolling along. On a Friday, we got gambling picks. We got I Said What I Said. We got all kinds of things, but didn't you have a thought on Tom Brady?
Yeah, so the TikTok deal on Tom Brady, this is like our effort to get football at 5 in. I saw this floating around yesterday.
You want to talk about Kyle Van Noy instead?
No. Okay. I saw this floating around on Tom Brady, and it was like, hey, he admits the Tuck rule probably was a fumble.
Yes.
I'm like, that's not new. Like, that doesn't feel new to me. That I just watched him and Charles Woodson in like his ESPN Plus series, like Man in the Arena or whatever it was. Like, I think it was part of that series. Maybe it wasn't Man in the Arena. It was something that with him and Charles Woodson at his house in Tampa. Mm-hmm. I watched it like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And he essentially, like, they're joking about it. They're having fun with it. But he essentially said, yeah, it was a fumble.
Yeah.
Middleton, you caught that. You saw that.
Yeah. It was really good, by the way.
It was really good.
You saw that?
Yeah, I watched it.
It was on ESPN Plus. How'd you get that?
Nefarious means, man.
Don't do that. We really can't be talking about that kind of stuff
that's
on
true.
this show.
Yeah, let me not do that. I'm sorry. I watched it in a way that most people, I wouldn't condone watching it.
There you go. That's better. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was interesting. Like, have you seen Tom Brady on TikTok? He's fantastic.
So what do you do? Just start getting on TikTok?
No, it's been like Tampa Tom, you know.
Oh, so
it's
for
been
a couple
coming.
years?
Well, like
Twitter, he's fantastic.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So he's on TikTok now. It's really good.
Okay, let's just say you didn't. Like, I'm like, this is a little bit semantics, right? I'm like, I swear he already said that. But that's fine if he didn't, or if you just heard it, or whatever. Like, does it matter that he now admits it? Like, what's the significance of it? Like, we all kind of know it was a fumble, but it was also like this, like, Rule 36A-4-E- exclamation point thing that they found. Like, we're all aware of that.
Yeah. I mean, his video got 7.6 million views, so
that's it.
You know, he did something right. He's about them clicks now, Tom Brady on the clicks. But anyway, hey, Brian, we didn't prep you for this at all, but we got to pick winners for the Kentucky Derby. Are you even aware that that's coming up this weekend?
I did know that was coming up. One of my friends went out there. But, yeah, I got no idea, except for Tiz the Bomb.
How do you know Tiz the Bomb?
That's impressive.
That's who she's betting on.
That's who I was going to pick.
Oh, great.
Well, I guess I can't now. Are you a big Kentucky Derby guy?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Love it.
Really?
I will go to the Kentucky Derby soon enough. I'm kind of glad I'm not there this year because it's raining. It rains a lot at the Kentucky Derby, by the way.
Does it?
Yeah, but I don't have a big bucket list, but I'd like to go to the Kentucky Derby. I will say this to everybody that asks this question of where have you worked, right? Or what else? What do you like covering the most? And so I'll say, hey, I started off in Louisiana. I went to Providence. I went to Albany, New York, and then down to Jacksonville. And when I was in Albany, New York, we covered horse racing. And I think it's still my favorite thing I've covered.
Really?
It's awesome. The whole thing about it was great to cover from our medium. Like on radio, it wouldn't be that good. But on TV, it was fantastic. You've got kind of the birth of HD was coming to life around the time that I was covering it. Mm-hmm. So you've got these colors popping, in the summertime. The natural sound of like hooves. Talking
about feet?
Plural, whatever.
Horse feet?
Galloping.
Horse feet.
Horse feet galloping.
Yeah.
It's just terrific, like for the TV medium. And you could go to work and make bets.
That is true.
Like you went to the track and you were about to go live at like 5 o'clock, but at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 4:30, you put bets in.
That is true. I mean, I like that. Here's my thing with like that. How has that been an accepted thing for so long? But then, like when it comes to like sports gambling and stuff, it's like, no, we can't do that.
It's crazy.
It's dumb.
It's what I would call like New Orleans. Like New Orleans doesn't seem like it's in America sometimes. And there's just a lot of things about New Orleans. It doesn't seem like it's real. Like can you do that anywhere else?
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, horse racing has a little bit of that feel to me. Like where for years and years and years and decades and decades and decades, and way back, horse racing was like this big thing. And the people, I'll put quotes, riding the horse can actually bet on the race.
Is there a reason we can't?
It's crazy.
Yeah. No, it's
like the quarterback betting before he goes out on the field.
Or Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley. Well, he's still not from his couch.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, isn't that so wild? Like,
no, it's a weird thing.
Unlike anything.
It's cool, though. Well,
it's really cool.
Because, like, you can't really, even if you're the person riding the horse, am I allowed to say the word? You didn't. Jockey?
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of scared me.
I was going to say, like, driving.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, like, you're not really doing anything. Like, you're doing something. I shouldn't say it like that, but, like.
Oh, there's strategy there.
Yeah, but it's not up to you. Right?
Well, no, it's not. Well, it can be. I mean, it's not all up.
You got to have. Okay.
Yeah, you got to have. I mean, a good jockey makes a difference. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But by the way, the other part about horse racing covering it is like you get up early in the morning. And
sounds horrible.
But then you're done. Like you can seriously be done covering a story at like noon and be out. Like if you're actually covering the event, that's the thing. And beautiful morning in the summer rather than like toasty in the afternoon. Whatever it is, like it's really a cool sport to cover. And one other thing, it's a lot like, and this might have changed. I haven't covered it now in like 15 years. But remember how NASCAR used to be a very approachable sport? And they'd say like the stars were right there. Mm-hmm. And that's why it got so big. You could go shake hands with them and get autographs and pictures with them. Like You can't do that with like the quarterbacks in the NFL or star players as much in Major League Baseball. Well, the trainers and jockeys are kind of the stars of the sport, right? I mean, I'm not talking to the horse. So, I mean, those guys are so accessible. Like Todd Pletcher is one of the biggest training names there is. Like I've got him in my phone, and if I wanted to call him, he'd probably pick up. Like they would pick up at the barn, like Nick Zito, Bob Baffert.
I know.
Who
Bob
obviously right now is
not in the Kentucky,
probably not picking much up.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But I mean, the names like you would hear, and you're like, that is so bizarre. Like you can call up and be like, hey, can we come do a story on this? And they'd be there, or they talk to you, or whatever.
Interesting.
Like pretty bizarre in our sports world today. Like
right.
You're not just going to go, hey, Trevor, what's up? You want to come on right now?
That'd be cool, though, huh?
I mean, there are some people you can do that with, but in the horse world, you could. So, all this horse stuff, you want to pick a winner of the Kentucky Derby?
Yeah. That's the only thing we're going to do. Brian, you sticking with Tiz the Bomb?
It's the only one I know. So, yeah, let's go with it. Tiz the Bomb.
Plus 3,000, starting in the 9th place, right? That's what that means?
That's actually not a bad spot. You don't want to be on the rail, and you want to be way on the outside.
You don't want to be – wait.
The rail is the hard place to win, even though, like, it's been done now.
What about spot 21?
That's a tough ride now. Well, first of all, it's only spot 20, isn't there?
Mine says 21.
You have 21. Well, okay. Well, whether it's spot 20, 18, 19, 20, like out there, they have a longer way to go to get back in the action. If you watch the start of the race, and they actually have to travel more. So they're running a longer race in essence, way out there. Okay. So the middle of the pack is best, like between 3 and 12, let's say.
3 and 12. So my pick, the person starting at 21. And
it's not like it hasn't happened. It's not like it can't happen. I'm just saying it's a little bit luck of the draw, and you wouldn't want to draw out there.
Okay. So who you got?
You know what I'm going to do? I haven't paid attention to horse racing in so long that I'm doing this like everybody else would. I would just
by name.
Take a name.
Yeah.
Like Steph goes with the gray horses. She likes the gray horses. She'll always bet a gray horse.
Okay. How do I figure out the colors of the horses?
Well, you'd have to really look it up. I'm going with a sunshine and rainbows approach.
I knew you were going to do that.
In post 5, just smile happy.
Okay.
All right.
Just
20-1. Smile happy is the name.
For those wondering, plus 1,600 is how that works out to actual gambling these days.
Yeah. And so I would always, like, the kids were born on April 15th, so I always put the trifecta in 415. And then in the Kentucky Derby, you put a superfecta in, okay? So then you go 2415. Like, guaranteed, anybody that, like my buddy Rich Becker up at the track, if he's going to do it, he'll put in a $2 superfecta bet, 2415. That's for twins and their birthday. All right? And 2415, you watch tomorrow when you see the race, how much a superfecta wins if you were able to get the order of the horses. 2415, we're talking like $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 kind of bet for $2. Okay. That'd be nice.
That was good. That was good for the gambling picks. Yeah, I guess I'll go with the obvious choice here, starting in the 13th spot.
It's the most horse racing talk, I think, on the history of the show, which I kind of like.
History of Jacksonville Sports Radio.
What? Ocala's right down the road. We should do more with this stuff.
What's the...
Ocala's right there. It's like an hour and a half away. Like, that's where horse country is.
Are some of these horses from Ocala?
Actually, less and less now come from Ocala. More of them come from California. And
Hard sell. Hard sell. I'm not going to overthink this one, Brent. I'm going to take simplification. I looked it up.
It's very good. I'm not going to overthink it. Take simplification. I like that.
I looked it up. It is not a gray horse, unfortunately. He is the color of most horses, or she. I'm not really sure how to figure that out. But, yeah, simplification plus 2,200. So if you throw a little 50 spot on there, that's $1,100, Brent.
There you go. What would you name your horse if you had one?
Ooh.
Think about that. I won't put you on the spot. Think about that before the end of the show.
Okay. All right. I'll think about that. Hey, Brian, you got Fat Joe ready by chance? I know I didn't prep you for that, but.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Thank you, Fat Joe. Brent, are you familiar with this? Do you have any idea where we're going?
Is that the betting sheet?
No.
Over there? No?
What?
Like that you got the degenerate gambling thing over there.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a different thing. I totally went out of left field because I pulled up the ticket prices for tonight, and that's something we've been keeping track of.
Oh, okay.
So Fat Joe was on that. So that's why I pulled that up. So, yeah, I went totally out of left field here, but I thought this was appropriate, Brian Middleton. Guess what we got tonight? We got NHL ticket prices.
I'm so disappointed already. I already know how much it's going to be. Go ahead.
This will be fun to get Brent's take on this because you'll see where we're going. All right, tonight, Brent, your team. The Boston Bruins, at home, TD Garden, Carolina Hurricanes at Boston Bruins. Have something for the next segment about Hurricanes fans and why they should just not be a thing anymore. But nonetheless, in Boston, Boston needs a win. What do you think the cheapest ticket is right now?
Cheapest ticket
I will tell
at
you,
TD Garden.
We use a website that you may have used once and will probably never use again. So we always tell the people
my refund, so.
It's unconfirmed if you can get in.
So this is per one ticket?
Mm-hmm.
I bet it's $179 to get in.
Brian Middleton, balcony level 320, row 10, 1 to 7 tickets, $113.
All right.
Can't do it.
Not the worst I've heard, but.
What?
Can't do it.
Where's your energy?
By the way, if you have the service fees on there, it's probably up to $179.
Service fees? Now, see, we talked about taxes a couple days ago, Casey. Yeah. Now there's service fees, and then I had to bring documentation. I got to bring documentation here, too. I got to bring my birth certificate to this matchup in the first round as well.
Yeah.
Vaccination card?
Yeah. By the way, Tampa Bay Lightning, Toronto Maple Leafs, Brian Middleton, I cannot get you a chair, but for $52, you can stand there. Standing room only, general admission.
Have you ever gone to a game and had standing room only?
At the Lightning.
Really?
Stanley Cup 2015. So they used to have these student rush tickets, and it was $30. They did it all season, so they did it for the Cup. Me and my friend Christian Kirker, we camped
Not
at...
Christian Kirk, but Kirker.
Kirker, yeah, different dude. Tight end Luther Norse. Check him out. He's not getting drafted. But he's been there for like 6 years. Anyway, we camped out overnight. We got there at like 11. We sat there all night. We got our wristband at 7 a.m. We were numbers like 140 and 141. We got in and had standing room only, and they won.
Wow.
It was the game Vazzy took over as the goalie for the Lightning because Ben Bishop did something.
We waited 36 hours for a standing room only ticket.
Yep. It was awesome.
That's cool.
So now all you have to do instead of waiting is pay $52. Brian Milton, you like that?
It's better than 114, but I like the $34 ticket. I can't remember what game that was from like 4 or 5 days ago.
No, that was the Florida Panthers because nobody gives a crap about
Florida
the Florida
Panther fan.
Is this like going to break music or Fat Joe music?
No, this is going to break
Before
music.
we go to break, let me tell you about iCryo down St. Johns County Pavilion at Durbin Park. Mom's Day. If you have kids or dogs, you're looking for a Mom's Day gift, how about
that's a good
iCryo?
call.
How about that?
Hey, well
lifestyle services, iCryo, the cryotherapy chamber, the red light therapy, the compression. Try it out. We'll be down there this weekend doing the same. Teacher Appreciation Month as well, free lifestyle service. Go check it out, iCryo. Download the app, St. Johns County, the Pavilion at Durbin Park. We'll be right back. Put a bow on the show here on a Friday next. How about a big swoop? Congratulations to Jazz Bond, the University of North Florida Osprey, getting drafted in the third round of the WNBA draft by the Dallas Wings. Pretty cool stuff. First Osprey drafted into the WNBA. Meanwhile, on campus, the softball team continues to roll, and the A-Sun Championships will be at the UNF Softball Complex in the middle of May. Go to UNFOspreys.com for more information and tickets. And also, congratulations to the women's golf team, A-Sun Champs, for a third time. UNFOspreys.com for more. Walk into 904 Chiropractic and Injury Center, and it doesn't feel like you're going to the doctors. Beautiful artwork of Jacksonville on the south side location, a laid-back atmosphere, and Rep Butler and his staff are really fun to talk to, and they are there to help you out. First-time appointments and adjustments, just $39 and maybe less pending your insurance. 904 Chiropractic and Injury Center. 3 locations, south side, St. Augustine, and the west side. Look them up at 904chiro.com. 3 locations, 904chiro.com.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back just for buying the gas I was going to buy anyway.
But is it a hassle to use?
No, it's super fast and easy, and I can cash out whenever I want.
That's a total no-brainer. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WARM for a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WARM for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WARM for a $5 bonus.
Want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Owen. I'm a cigarette.
Do you like being a cigarette?
No, I don't. Not really into killing thousands of people. Sorry, no filter.
Right.
What's your sign?
Pisces?
I'm a Cancer. Cigarette joke. But seriously, I do cause cancer. And heart disease. And strokes. I could go on forever. Unlike the people who smoke me.
The average smoker lives 10 years less than non-smokers. Quit today. Find out how at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Our friends over at Arlington Toyota want to know, what drives you? How about great service? Or what about getting more with your purchase? Then prepare yourself for the drive of a lifetime when you buy from Arlington Toyota. Arlington has over 500 new Toyotas available with inventory arriving daily. You also get a lifetime warranty with your purchase, plus 30 days to love your new purchase or exchange it. What drives you is what they do at Arlington Toyota. Shop in person, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
Do you suffer from numbness, tingling, burning, or cramping in your feet or hands? You're not alone. Over 20 million people suffer from these symptoms and don't know where to turn. If this sounds like you may have peripheral neuropathy. According to the Mayo Clinic, neuropathy can lead to toe, foot, and leg amputation. Thankfully, there is a new treatment option that doesn't involve masking your pain with drugs. Come to Neva Health for a complimentary nerve damage screening and discover the latest treatment options for your numb, tingling, or painful feet and hands. Finally, you have a choice besides taking drugs or living with your pain and numbness. Whether you've suffered for years or just started feeling a little numbness or pain, you owe it to yourself to get this life-changing information. Appointments are limited. Call now to schedule your complimentary nerve damage screening. Call 904-944-7461. That's 904-944-7461.
At CDW, we get how to achieve calm amidst the chaos of a hybrid workforce.
Before I check our security updates, I unwind in my desk massage chair.
So I hear. But with Google Chrome OS orchestrated by CDW, you get built-in security with no reported ransomware attacks ever and simplified management so you can stay relaxed.
Sounds good, but I'm keeping the chair.
For proactive security, trust Chrome OS and IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Chrome OS.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
We're giving away $1,000 5 times every weekday in the ESPN 690 Payroll Payout. Listen live weekdays at 8 a.m., 10, noon, 2, and 5 p.m. for your chance to win. This is a nationwide contest. Message and data rates apply. Get the complete rules now at ESPN690.com.
If you're like me and you've watched the housing market boom in Northeast Florida, it really has. It makes you think about taking advantage of the market if you're selling. So what if you could sell your home and skip the hard parts? You can at opendoor.com. This is the new way to sell your home. Opendoor.com. Just go to the website, answer a couple minutes of questions. They'll send you an offer if you're eligible. Moving next month, next year, maybe just thinking about it. Try opendoor.com. It's easy. Skip the hassles and the hurdles of listings, showings, and potential obstacles along the way. Just sell it to Open Door at opendoor.com. Hundreds of thousands of homeowners are requesting offers. You can too in this hot market in Northeast Florida. Sell your home and skip the hard parts. Get your free offer at opendoor.com/myoffer. Offer eligibility varies. Open Door is represented by Open Door Brokerage Incorporated, license 02061130 in California, and Open Door Brokerage LLC in its other markets.
Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. Brian Middleton on the ones and twos. Brent Martineau, Casey Kurtz with you a couple minutes. I'm not going to lie to you. The gambling picks of the weekend were supposed to be exciting. Kevin was supposed to come on, but I told him, and I forgot about this part, he's still at work. So he usually brings us the heat with the gambling picks. He's still at work because it's usually 6:30 when he comes on. So I said, hey, 5:30. He said, nah, bro.
Too early for him.
Too early. He actually has a job. So, anyway, what I will tell you is this.
I thought you were the guru on gambling.
Nah, this man's insane, right? I get a lot of my stuff from him, all right? He's the cream of the crop. I will tell you this. Justin Gaethje, UFC.
Yeah.
By the way.
We've had him on the show before.
Well, I wasn't here. Wish I was.
Super Bowl.
Charles Oliveira misses weight in that event. 0.5 pounds over. First UFC fighter in the history to get his belt taken from him for not making weight. So in the fight, the championship fight, the main event this weekend for UFC, if Charles Oliveira wins, he will not be the champion because the only person eligible to win the belt is Justin Gaethje, even though he comes in as the challenger. Plus 115 for Justin Gaethje. This man's going to knock him out. Guaranteed. Write it down.
That seems like a little, too much of a penalty for a half a pound.
Yeah, it really does.
I
agree with you.
There are stupid things in sports, in every sport.
Yeah.
That seems like a stupid thing in
It is.
UFC.
It's the first time it's ever happened. It's interesting. It's a half a pound. You know what I mean?
My point being, I'm wondering, as you're telling me that, and somebody who, I pay attention more to the UFC, but I don't know all the ins and outs of the UFC, and I'm like, are they trying to prove something? Did they make an example hey,
we're not going to let
this happen? Is
100%.
this a problem sneaking up, or is it something that should change because it's kind of silly? Now, again, totally different. If you're 5 pounds, you're over or whatever. But I don't know. It just feels dumb. I mean,
it is. No, it is 100%. But yeah, they had to make an example out of somebody, and they've chosen to do that. So that's a situation. Right now, my favorite part of the week. I said what I said, Brent. You're just going to have to catch on and see how this goes. Pretty much how it is you have a take.
All right.
That you're pretty excited about. And then when you're done with it, you say Brian Middleton, and then he plays a sound. So it's pretty straightforward.
I said what I said.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so here's an example of it. I'll give it to you. All right, Brian, you ready for this?
I am.
So here's the deal, right? Michael Wilbon, love the guy, works for ESPN. PTI, great show, been a great show for a long time. He said this yesterday about the Tampa Bay Lightning. I am not rooting for some SEC hockey team. They are just waiting for spring football in Florida. They don't give a damn about hockey. Michael Wilbon, why don't you shut up and stop commenting on stuff you know nothing about? Stick to basketball. Stick to PTI. Stick to football. I understand you work at ESPN. You know nothing about hockey at all. The highest average attendance in the league, the Tampa Bay Lightning. This ain't the Florida Panthers, bruh. This is the Tampa Bay Lightning. Don't come at us with that. Shut your mouth. Stop talking about hockey, Brian Middleton.
I said what I said.
So it goes kind of like that.
All right.
You want Brian to go?
Brian can go for next.
All right. Hey, man. So listen up. State of New York. I know things were a bit rough to start off your sporting year. I mean, the Knicks were getting beat like their name was Johnny Depp, and the rest of the NBA were a bunch of Amber Heards. I know Brooklyn made the playoffs, but they folded faster than CNN Plus. But holy smokes, the light at the end of the tunnel is here. It was called the NFL Draft. You got Sauce Gardner, Kayvon Thibodeau, Evan Neal, Garrett Wilson, sprinkling a little bit of that Breece Hall, Jermaine Johnson. New York City football in the NFL is trending upwards. And then in Major League Baseball, people told me the Yankees were going to have a down year. They got the best winning percentage in Major League Baseball. The Mets got the third best record. Listen, if I'm a New York sports fan right now, I feel as good as I do when I walk into Publix and get a BOGO on Ocean Spray Concord Grape 100% juice. It's fantastic. Try it if you haven't. What a time to be alive as a New York sports universe fan. Casey Kurtz, Brent Martineau.
I said what I said.
I was really hoping you were buying deodorant at Publix.
Oh, that would have been good.
Would have been really good. Hey, Cleveland Browns.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
You already have stunk forever. You sold your soul and gave a guaranteed contract to Deshaun Watson. You don't even know if he's going to play for you to start the season. And now, Baker Mayfield, you can't unload him. You made your own bed. You are the ones that have to pay the price on Baker Mayfield. You're not getting much for him. Just release him. Let him go. The Cleveland Browns continue to make a mockery of the quarterback situation even when they have a good one. Let Baker Mayfield go, Brian Middleton.
I said what I said.
That was pretty good off the cusp.
That really was good.
I like that. I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to use just one. I got two more. Save them for next week, I guess. Don't run it, Dave Chappelle, while he's doing a comedy routine. That's a bad decision waiting to happen. Old buddy took a chance and got stomped. And Brian, what I'm going to tell you, and Brent, I'm going to tell you this as well. I don't feel bad. You don't run up on Dave Chappelle. Yeah, the guy was a bit injured afterwards. But you know what? I think that's the price you pay when you deal with Dave Chappelle. Brian, you know this. We talk about my business sometimes. I've met Dave Chappelle on a couple occasions. Okay? Dave Chappelle's a nice Dave Chappelle's a nice dude. But I will tell you this, he has one of the most intimidating crews I've ever been involved with. You don't run up on Dave Chappelle in the street, you don't run up on Dave Chappelle at the hotel, and you don't run up on Dave Chappelle on stage, or you're going to get stomped, and they're going to show a video of you on a stretcher, your arm's going the wrong way, and I'm not going to feel bad for you. Brian Middleton.
I said what I said.
Wow.
I'm just saying. You saw that guy?
You had an extra one.
Yeah, his arm was the other way.
That was nasty.
Yeah, it was the other way.
I was trying to figure out what happened to his arm.
I don't know.
How does it get that way?
I really don't know, but I don't feel bad for him.
Well, I don't either.
Yeah,
he's an idiot.
Thank you. All right. You got one, Brian, quickly?
Not quickly.
You got one?
I got one, but we don't have time.
Brent?
Oh, good.
All right, real quick. Sergio Garcia, get out of the PGA Tour. We don't want you here anyway. Take yourself to the Saudi League. Brian Middleton.
I said what I said.
What? It's true. I mean, go. The other one I can't do fast because it really offends some people, but it's also kind of...
Oh, save it for next week. I want you to unpack it.
I will.
Yeah, I mean, you got 5 shows next week.
That's true.
Save your takes.
But so anyway, we do that on Friday.
I like it.
So what I said. So anyway, all right.
I like all these bits you guys do on Action Sports Shacks OT.
Yeah. And you
I'm
won't
usually driving home or doing TV.
They do have ESPN 690 in the car.
I know. Well,
yeah, just AM radio.
And I'm making phone calls and trying to sell your show.
Hey, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Anyway, we're out of time for the week. Brian Middleton, appreciate you sliding through. Brent Martineau, you slide through every day, so we appreciate you as always. And I am Casey Kurtz. We will rock with you next week on Monday. Me and Brian are back for OT. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball coming up next. Matt Liberatore, Max Meyer. Big game coming up for the Shrimp. Doubleheader tonight. Hear it all night long. Thanks for listening to us. Have a great weekend.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Jacksonville area attorneys. Offices in Jacksonville and by appointment only in Ponte Vedra Beach. Online at CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dashboard light problems? We can help. Our free Fix Finder service can read your check engine light, ABS light, and service indicator light, and give you possible solutions, verified by licensed technicians. You'll even get detailed results sent straight to your email so you have them when you need it most. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician verified fixes.